I am not taking personal readings at this time. Please do not get scammed by people posing as me in the comments section. Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to my channel, Roseology. So in today's reading, we are looking into what incredible blessings and surprises are on their way to you in the month of November 2021, the Scorpio leading into Sagittarius season. So we are going to be looking at a lot of different things today. We're going to be looking at the progress that you're going to be making in the month of November. We'll be looking at amazing surprises that you don't see coming, blessings that you're destined to experience in the month of November, as well as we'll be pulling some crystal messages. We'll be pulling some inner child messages, anything that your inner child wants to convey to you, say to you, share with you, any sort of information. As we are in Scorpio season, it can be a very emotionally triggering time and season for very, very many people, dealing with a lot sort of bubbling up to the surface from our deepest, darkest depths, and like our unconscious and our shadow and things of that nature. So I also included that in here, as well as some affirmations to help encourage us and get us through the month of November. But other than that, I'm actually picking up a lot of really incredible, amazing energy. It's just that Scorpio comes with such an amount of intensity to it that sometimes Scorpio can make good things feel bad. So it's just how Scorpio is. It can be very illusionary. So yeah, we're just going to be looking into that, plus a lot more information in today's reading. This reading is going to run a little bit longer than normal. We're just going to head straight to the disclaimers. Obviously, this is a general reading, meaning that it is going to resonate with who it is meant to resonate with. Tarot does not and should not control or dictate your life. If you hear something that you don't like and think that you're just doomed to that reality, you're not using my readings correctly. My readings are for confirmation and reminders, not answers. So at the end of the day, your free will and what you choose to do with it will determine your outcome, and not a pick a card reading on YouTube. So please be responsible, be accountable for your life, and use this as a guide to help decipher the messages that your spiritual team has been trying to send you all along. As far as the meditation, I'm going to say, like I always do, it's a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you personally, you have to be synced into the energy of this reading intuitively. To help you do that and help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I'm going to be offering a 60-second meditation. Halfway through that meditation, I'm going to be placing crystals for my clairvoyants that like to pick piles with objects on them. And after the clairvoyant pile selection, there's going to be a clairaudient selection where I play a different tone for each pile, and you can select a pile based off of which tone resonates with you the most. If you're drawn to another pile, that's because there is another message for you in that pile. So if you're ready, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet, and work that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self so you can receive confirmation to the words, information, and knowledge that your guides have been trying to send you for the month of November 2021. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. On pile 1 is amethyst. On pile 2 is clear quartz. Pile 3 is smoky quartz. And pile 4 is black tourmaline. and pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with these color cards right here just to get a really good overall feel for your month of November, the energy that you're going to be working with. Then we're going to be looking into your blessings. This card over here on the left will be showing me the progress that you will be seeing this month. The card in the middle will be showing me amazing changes and surprises that you don't see coming. And the card all the way over here to the right will be showing me the blessings, which could include monetary blessings, spiritual blessings, all types of blessings, tangible and intangible, for the month of November 2021, Scorpio season. Happy birthday to all my Scorpios out there. And towards the end of this month, we'll be moving into Sagittarius season, which is wild how quickly everything is gone. Happy birthday, everyone. Let's get started. Let's see what energy you're working with the month of November, pile 1. Okay, and so we have here Auburn, ground yourself. Yeah. What I'm picking up with you, pile 1, is as you can see, all these leaves have fallen onto the ground, right? You're releasing a lot. You are releasing a lot. You're releasing a lot in November, but I'm also picking up too, you guys have, leading up to the month of November, you've been shedding and releasing a lot. And I mean like in a lot of areas of your life, like you're throwing away old clothes, old shoes, you're reorganizing your house, you're really decluttering your life is what this feels like. Maybe even simplifying things a little bit, moving into more of like maybe like a minimalistic type of lifestyle or something like that. Underneath the deck here we have green, revitalize your nervous system. So this is telling me that a lot of you are focusing on your health. And it's not just like you're just focusing on physical health or just mental health or just spiritual health, but it's like you're focused on feeling healthy all around. That's what I'm picking up with this. And so there's something about you decluttering your life that is going to be very refreshing for you. It's even going to help you in terms of how you feel. You're going to feel healthier. You're probably going to feel like more cleansed, or like you weigh, like you're not as heavy. You know, you're going to feel a little bit lighter in that sense, not so dense maybe. Another thing that I'm picking up with Auburn here is just like going quiet. Being a lot more quiet, trying to pick up more intuitively, trying to discern more in the month of November. So I don't know if you guys are going to be in like maybe some sort of new environment around new people, and some sort of like new experience or situation where you have to rely a little bit more on like your instincts because you don't really know the people, you don't really know the environment or the area, maybe something like that. So what I'm kind of picking up is you guys actually going a little more quiet and really kind of allowing your intuitive voice to fill in a lot of the blanks in the month of November. So you guys may also be returning to spiritual practice and ritual and ceremony, maybe learning more about magic. Maybe you guys have been buying a lot of books, trying to learn about spirituality and magic, or maybe even like holistic care, herbal remedies, you know, things like that. Or you guys may be getting into more formal practice when it comes to spirituality or your religion or your beliefs. You know, you may get into more of like a formal sort of setting or learning how to do it. You guys may also be a lot more into venting, journaling, expressing, releasing a lot of energy, releasing a lot of the past, releasing a lot of energy that's still stuck with you from the past. So I'm saying moving into November, you guys are heavily into your Scorpio energy, where you are just shedding. You're shedding. You're like a snake shedding its old skin, for sure. And what this is going to be so revitalizing for you. It's going to be revitalizing for your entire system, not just your nervous system, but your entire system. It's going to put you in a place where you are really able to plant the proper seeds. I'm sorry, guys. I just tried to turn those chimes off, and then I realized that the iPads don't have the little click thing where you can put it on vibrate. So hopefully that's more quiet and you won't hear chimes this whole reading. But yeah, this is about you guys planting the proper seeds. Well, those chimes did go off when I was mentioning that, so that's probably a sign. But this is about you guys releasing and shedding everything that you have, and everything that you do shed in the month of November is just making way. It's making way for you to create this new environment that's more facilitated for growth and that isn't so damn heavy. But now let's look into your blessings and see what we have on the way. Well, first we'll check out the progress that you're making this month. So let's see what we've got going on. Pile number 1, and we have here the Page of Wands. Okay, that didn't make it any more quiet. This is crazy. Hold on, let me try to shut that up. Hopefully that's better. Okay, so pile 1, we have the Page of Wands for you. As far as the progress that you're going to be seeing this month. So you will start that new routine, yeah, for sure, with the Page of Wands right here. It goes hand in hand with this ground yourself card right here. So you guys are going to be grounding yourself in something new. Remember, I kept talking about like a new environment. It's like you guys are putting yourself in a new environment maybe, so you have to rely a little bit more on your intuition maybe, or your instincts. Yeah, Page of Wands coming through. Page of Wands is the perfect card to, I feel like it's just confirming this oracle card right here, because all the pages in tarot, they're like students, you know, they've gone through the first 10 pip cards, they've gone from the ace to the 10 of whichever suit you're in, and now they have graduated to a page. Later on they'll become a knight, later on they'll become a queen, and then later on they'll become a king. But pages are a lot more equipped than the pip cards. They know a lot more, but they are still this really involved, engaged student. You know, they still don't know everything. There's still so much that they don't know. So there's a lot of new energy here, but it's not like new as in like you don't really know anything, or not new as in like you have to learn certain things. The best example I can think of is like somebody becoming a parent for the second time. And it's like, yeah, this is your first time having this kid, you know, maybe it's your first time having a boy at that point, or a girl at that point. There's all these new experiences because now you're adding a child, but you've already been through becoming a parent. So, but it's still, there's still some newness there. That's the best example I can think of for some reason. This is about you starting a new routine, starting that new routine, that new regimen, that new class, that new study, job, training, that new course, you know, whatever this is, pile 1, it seems like you may have had your eye on this for a while, or like you've done this before in a sense, and have wanted to either maybe branch out and try this, or actually set enough time aside to be able to pick up this new hobby, interest, goal, or responsibility. Now, if you have a vision board or a dream board in your home, or maybe if you have a vision board at work, something on that board, or a few things on that board, will end up materializing in the month of November, because Wands is all about the journey and is a story of a visionary, a dreamer, someone who stays motivated through every single trial and is indifferent, becomes indifferent maybe, to the obstacles because of an aspiration that is fueling them. They are so fueled by this desire, they're so fueled by this vision, they're so fueled by this goal, by the finish line, that they're like, it doesn't matter if I have to go through the 5 of Wands, or the 7 of Wands, or the 8 of Wands, or the 9 of Wands, or the 10 of Wands. I'm willing to go through all of that because I have this vision and I'm the only one that can see it through. So yes, it's going to be a journey that I have to trek through, but the suit of Wands is determined enough and motivated enough and enough of a visionary to actually see it through. So that's the energy that you're working with in November. We are in Scorpio season, who's co-ruled by Mars, the god of war, and he is a fire planet. Yes, he is the god of war, but he also represents determination, motivation, energy, life force energy, vitality. He is the reason that we do the things we do. He's the reason we get out of bed in the morning and we take our asses to work even though we don't feel like it. You know, it's like he keeps us motivated because at the end of the day, he's about survival. I have to go through this to get there, you know? So, that's the energy that I'm really picking up with my pile 1s. You guys totally enveloped in your Mars energy. You guys may have Mars moving through your first house or any of the career houses, 2nd house, 6th house, 10th house, because there is a lot of, so he may be transiting those houses this month, because there is just a lot of movement here, lots of movement. Or he could be transiting the 5th house for you as well, because this is, again, like I said, it's all about that vision. Mars could be transiting any of the fire houses as well. I already mentioned the 1st house and the 5th house, so also the 9th house for you in your natal chart. Another thing that this Page of Wands could be, I know this isn't a love card, you guys, but there's passion coming off of this card heavy. This could be you going after something that you've kept your eye on for a very long time. But another thing that I'm picking up, and this could have to do with a new love interest or someone showing you attention, someone flirting with you. And listen, this is the early stages. So this is one of those situations where you least expect it and you run into someone that on the surface, maybe they check all the boxes, like physically they're attractive and you are attracted to them, same way that they are attracted to you. But it's going to be such a brief introduction or exchange where you walk away wondering, like, were they flirting with me? Are they interested in me? Will I see them again? Does this mean something? It's going to leave you with a lot more questions and maybe even some burning desires. So this message particularly applies to my pile ones that have either given up on love and romance, or you may have said at some point recently, it's been a long time. It's been so long since I was interested in someone or attracted to someone or flirted with someone or even like met someone. So especially if you've been feeling unattractive, something about this encounter will stick with you and it'll almost jumpstart that part of you that hasn't been active or felt alive or good in a long time. And it doesn't make you shallow, pile one. If you're thinking that, it doesn't make you shallow for wanting attention, craving it. It doesn't make you weak for feeling like you need it or you miss it. It's entirely human to want to be wanted, and some of my pile ones have gotten so disconnected from that. But that's a big message here coming in about your progress energy, is like there will be some sort of forward movement in either romance, love, attraction, feeling passionate and good. Page of Wands is all about being satisfied with yourself this month, pile one, and reveling in that moment. So the biggest progress for you is more internal, or it has more to do with your self-image, feeling like you are on top of the world when it comes to being determined and excited, and going after some goals that you've set and sticking to those goals until you see progress. So a page card here, which is the card of progress, learning, advancement, and your position of progress for November, is really, really, really great news. And this is quick bursts of progress too, or moments of like big sparks, which is good for you. Things are moving quite fast in November with the wands showing up here as that energy. Oh, another thing, before we get to your middle card, another thing that came through with your page of wands is seeing some sort of forward movement in your health as well. I don't have much more than that. I don't have any details, but I just heard it as I was going over this card here. I just heard make sure to tell them that there's going to be progress in their health. So any of you struggling with your health or anything like that, maybe you've been trying to learn more about your health. Yeah, holistic practices, herbal remedies, anything like that. You will see some progress, some forward movement with your health. You're going to see like good results. You're going to see your body and your system responding to something. We also do have revitalize your nervous system, green card. So yeah. Now let's check out this middle card here to see the amazing surprises and exciting changes coming to you this month, pile one. And so we have here, wow. We have got the High Priestess. This is interesting. It's just so funny to me. I really do love how with tarot, if you read for yourself or are used to readings and you know that the cards have a mind of their own in a sense, they can be a little sassy. And some cards, especially for me, they lie dormant for a long time. And I do readings on myself kind of regularly. I don't do it a lot actually for some reason. I don't know why. I'm more of a nut job in checking like my astrological chart. It's interesting though how some cards will lie dormant for a really long time. The High Priestess I have not seen in months, okay? And all of a sudden the last couple of weeks, she has been banging down doors in so many readings that I've done. So I find it so funny that she's popping up here today. But because I haven't seen her in so long, for me, this means that there is a significant surprise in store for my pile ones. There's a few options here. One being that Spirit is telling me to keep my damn mouth shut because some of you are meant to be straight rocked and surprised when this something hits you. For others of you, this is such a personal and intimate surprise coming to your life that I can't even personalize it or conceptualize it, put it into words. Because it's going to be too general, too broad. And the third option that I'm seeing clearly is my pile ones started working with a new energy, ancestor, angel, deity, guide, or is trying a new manifestation method that will surely work and respond quickly. This is going to become like your method. This is going to become like your manifestation technique, like personalized to you. The High Priestess, I think I talked about this in a recent reading. Yes, it was. It was on the spirits that were with you for Samhain. And yeah, the High Priestess did come up in that reading. But anyways, as I spoke about in that reading and also on Patreon when we did her episode, she's all about a code. You know, she's about your ethics. She's about your morals. She's about your principles. And when it comes to ethics, morals, and principles, those are very individualistic, you know, it's very personal, very intimate. So the High Priestess represents intimacy, intimacy to the self, relationship to the self, relationship to your own spirit, to your own soul, to your own essence. And this is why she's shrouded in secrecy, mystery, and ambiguity, because it's no one else's business what your morals are, what your code is. This is going to be something, if it's a new energy that you start working with, this is going to become your own personal energy that you work with a lot. If it's a new manifestation technique, this is going to be a new technique that you use, like you really find something and you mold it down to fit you perfectly. Something about what you try is going to fit you like a glove, and it's going to feel like home to you. It's going to feel like this resonates with me so hard. It makes sense for me so damn much. Like, I don't know how I was doing any of this before. And it feels more spiritual because the High Priestess is here, but it doesn't have to be, okay? So this could be you finding your own way of playing the guitar. Like, just an example, but feels a little bit more spiritual for me, but it doesn't have to be. This month, pile 1, you will have a lot of mystical, mysterious, ambiguous energy around you as well, and you're going to feel connected to those powers surrounding you. If you guys watched that recent reading that I just posted about what energies and what spirits are around you, you may have picked a certain pile. If you haven't seen that pick a card reading yet and you want to just go check it out for yourself and see if you're even drawn to that pile, then mute this video for like the next 10 seconds while I say the pile. But you may have picked pile number 3. Okay? If you did, this is more confirmation that this month you're going to have a lot of mystical, mysterious energy around you, and you're going to feel connected to those powers surrounding you. You'll even pick up or learn how to direct them. There is a lot of spiritual knowledge opening up to you in November. And I say opening up because it's not something that like you learn as in you've never connected with this information before. Again, that feeling of like you're new to this, but not really, is coming through all over again, like we discussed with the Page of Wands. That example I use, becoming a parent for the second time again. It's like you're new, but not really, to something that you're engaging in the month of November. It's not that you've never connected with this information before. You've connected with this knowledge before. You just forgot about it at some point. So this is forgotten gems being recovered and almost reconfigured to fit you and work for you. What's coming through? This is for some of you. Only a few of you. You working so closely with a particular spirit or energy this is why you've got these manifestations happening so quickly. Like the turnaround for how fast things materialize in the month of November is going to be incredibly fast for you. But you've got great control over your spiritual knowledge and power and even potential in November. Biggest surprise and greatest change coming for you, pile 1, is feeling so personally and intimately connected to your spiritual team and even yourself. Your discernment will be on level 1000 in November. I did mention that when I was looking at your oracle card here. Yeah. You may be able to hear people's thoughts in November a little bit, like brief thoughts, or you just have more of a knowing of what they're thinking. You can see people transparently. Some of you guys are Scorpios. Some of y'all are Scorpios, dead ass. Like you're either a Scorpio moon or a rising or a sun, maybe even Venus, but y'all got some Scorpio energy, or you got a lot of 8th house energy going on. Maybe Pluto was in your 1st house when you were born, Mars in your 1st house, or your 4th house, which if it was, I feel for you. I know Scorpio moon, any sort of Scorpio placements or aspects to the moon or the 4th house or a Cancer is not fun, I know. But you're just going to be able to see straight through people and know what they want, know what they're about, know what their agenda is. It keeps coming through, so I've got to say it. But for any of my pile 1s, having like a meetup or a sit down with someone that you may have fallen out with, if you meet up with them in the month of November, there will be a lot of spirits present for that, and they're going to be communicating with you if this person is genuine or not. Yeah, you guys may have totally picked that pile in that last reading, and this may have been someone before that tricked you, lied to you, pulled a 7 of Swords moment on you. This is someone specifically that betrayed you, pile 1. To your definition, they betrayed you, because the biggest change here is very simply, you'll be able to quickly see and detect if this person is genuine genuine in what they say or if they have an agenda. Just know though that much of November, you'll feel like the smartest person in the room, and that actually may frustrate you sometimes as the comparisons between your level of maturity, growth, and others' level of maturity and growth is like worlds apart. Like I said, in the month of November, majority of my pile ones will feel like the smartest person in the room, or like you've evolved the most, or like you know the most, you know? If you keep drawing comparisons between your level of growth and maturity and who you are and where you're at and others, it's gonna feel and it's gonna seem like you guys are worlds apart. You'll feel closer to the spiritual realm than much of the living realm in the month of November. Like only a few souls can really get you this month. If you are already very close to your mom, you may kind of talk to her a lot more in the month of November with this High Priestess card here. Okay, now let's check out what blessings are destined for you in the month of November, pile 1. And so we have here, we got the World in reverse. That's interesting. Yeah, it's like it's new. You're new to something, but not really. Again, coming through all over again. World card is a final card in the Major Arcana of Tarot. It represents the final card as well as the first card. So the World card can kind of, it's interchangeable. It can be the last or the first. And so it's interesting because that's the energy that I kept picking up all throughout your reading is like, you're new to something, but not really. Not really. It's like you may have even done something in your past life that you'll end up doing in November. Maybe you've never done it in this incarnation, but it's like you're not that new to something. We got World card in reverse as far as the blessings destined for you in November. You're going to radiate loudly in November, pile 1. Spiritually, your energy is already programmed to draw a lot of attention, eyes, conversation, attraction, questions. Your energy is just very magnetizing this month. I don't know what it is, but it's like people want to watch you. They want to observe you. They want to spectate. They want to talk. It's like this weird kind of obsession with people. If you guys have ever experienced any sort of relationships in your life where it's like people don't leave after they betray you or hurt you, or they may talk big and bad like they want to leave and you give them an out but they don't leave. There's like some weird kind of obsession surrounding my pile 1s that you're not foreign to. Like you're familiar with this. It's like people, they act like they don't need me or like they don't want me, but they never leave. Or people act like they have a problem with me. They act like they don't like me, but they're always talking about me. There's some really weird energy around you. And not weird like in like a bad way, but it's just like people aren't being real with themselves about how kind of interested they are in you. It may feel like the world's eyes are on you or like you're under a giant spotlight, a microscope. Now, this is in your blessed energy position for November. So this is fortunate for you, but I'm picking up a little hesitation. I don't know why. And it may be because of what I was picking up just a couple moments ago, where it's like there's this weird attachment or obsession with you, especially when it comes to people that apparently don't like you. It's jealousy. It's total jealousy. Whoever this is, you may be surrounded by a lot of people that are a little jealous or envious of you. And that may also be why this High Priestess is there, because you know things. You're just not saying it. And I picked that up when I was looking at your High Priestess card, where it's like you're going to be able to see straight through people, but you might not engage with it a lot. You're going to kind of handle it as like a Libra, where it's like, yeah, I know what you're about. I know what you're here for. But I'm also here for a reason, or I don't care enough to even confront it. So whatever, do you? But like I know who you are. I know what you're about. I'm already 8 steps ahead of you. That's what your energy is. It's like I'm already past you, because it's almost like a little bit of like a you don't want people to know that you're on to them. It's like you kind of, and Scorpio likes playing in the shadows like that. Scorpio loves to play in the shadows. It loves concealing itself. It loves the mystery surrounding things. That's why it rules the 8th house, the house of the occult. The house of hidden knowledge, the house of things that are concealed, secretive, hidden, just like this High Priestess card. That's something that's going to satiate your Scorpio energy this month, is just the fact that it's like people want to know, but they don't know. And the one person here that knows just about every damn thing is you. So it's funny. Like I said, you're just going to feel like the smartest person in the room, or like the most. Some of you may be socially anxious. Or maybe you think you're socially awkward, but some of you know that you're meant to attract a lot of attention. And this is you pushing yourself out there against your comfortable zone because you see this as a personal barrier to break or something to overcome. And this World card in reverse feels like a lot of new experiences in November. Again, it's like you're new to this, but not really. Or almost like an old situation, but with new circumstances. Or maybe it's like a new situation with old circumstances. There's something weird here where it's like new, old energy at the same time. You guys are pushing yourself out there against your comfortable zone in the month of November, because you guys see this as like a barrier, like a personal barrier that needs to be broken or something to overcome. And Scorpio loves dominating things. He's co-ruled by the god of war. And this World card in reverse, it feels like new experiences, meeting and maybe getting together with very specific people and energies. As you can see right here, this World card, she is surrounded only by the fixed signs in the zodiac. Let me put it up right for a second. As you can see in the World card, she's surrounded by all the fixed signs in the zodiac. Aquarius, we've got Scorpio over here, we've got Taurus, and then Leo. She's only surrounded by the fixed signs to say that there's a specific type of energy that you are calling into your life right now in the month of November. You only want to be around a specific type of energy, and it doesn't have to be just fixed energy that you want to be around. It doesn't have to have anything to do with the zodiac signs. This is just very simply about you being consciously aware of the fact that I only want to be around a certain type of individual, a certain type of person. That's your kind of like MO for the month of November. Some of you have asked for, or maybe you've set intentions for a new type of friend or friend group to hang around, or a different type of partner in your life, or a different type of business associate, and that is starting to file in the month of November. I keep seeing a lot of online action with this World card as well. Like a lot of you making connections or meeting people online. This could be a form of networking or even sponsorships if you work online or have an online presence. The biggest blessing for you though, pile one, is you dominating something that used to feel like such a big goal or faraway dream for you in the past. This is you breezing your way through it or over it for it to be in reverse. Because World card upright talks about major completion and achievement, even travel. And out of all the ending cards or closure cards in tarot, the World card trumps them all. So this is a major, major, major achievement for you. Well, it used to be for you. It used to be a major achievement. You used to kind of look at that as like Mount Everest. And now this month will make that major dream, that Mount Everest for you, seem so small. It'll make it feel like an anthill, you know, and then you'll start to set your sights on even bigger goals and targets this month after realizing like, wow, I can do this. If it was just that easy for me to just trample Mount Everest like this, then I can, chimes. Okay. Then I can get anywhere. I can do anything. Example here would be like, let's say you started a business a year ago and you've been asking or praying or manifesting to make like $10,000 a month. Well, in November, this is you making like $20,000 in a month and doing it so damn effortlessly that you almost forgot 10,000 was a goal for you at one point. It's like you majorly surpass a really old goal that you had set for yourself, and this will put you in a completely new frame of mind that's like it's time to dream a little bigger or go for a much bigger catch. World in reverse as well could also be, like I mentioned, World upright talks about it can talk about travel. So World in reverse could be people traveling to you, friends, family, loved ones, business associates from abroad or from a faraway distance coming to you to meet with you. This could be people in general coming to meet with you. You may be preparing your home for friends or family to come and visit or maybe stay. Yeah. Thanksgiving is this month. Yes. Okay. And this is showing up as a good thing. It's showing up as one of your blessings. So if you're a little bit worried about having friends over or family or somebody coming to visit you, you're going to end up like looking back at that and having this very positive experience. Or you'll look back on this as like, you're so happy that they visited and that you got to spend time with them, which is a really good thing. So let's see here. Let's get a couple more cards. I wanted to pull a couple of inner child cards because we're dealing with a lot of the shadow in Scorpio season. We're dealing a lot with the unconscious. We're dealing with a lot of things that we buried. And the inner child is one of those parts of ourselves that is very easy to turn into the shadow. Because as a child, we're defenseless. We're extremely vulnerable to the world and everything around us. And so anything that could have happened when we were a kid where we felt like, I should have spoke up more, I should have did something. It's, you know, it can make you feel very disempowered, certain experiences that we go through as a child. And it can stick with us for the rest of our lives. Ooh, okay. The first card that came out for you, that we have for you, pile one, be true to who you are. These other 5 cards came out over here. These are not for you though. This one is. Okay, but this one here says, be true to who you are. You are your own person, but sometimes our sense of safety and self can be wrapped up in something else, which can hinder our ability to trust ourselves and our intuition, and can lead us to betray ourselves for that which we identify with. Yeah, separate yourself as you can so that you have space to come forth. Do not be disheartened if this takes time. So this is about you being just kind of true to yourself. And this is about the truth. You being very honest with yourself. Let me make sure this card was yours. Okay. And then we also have here for you, you are going in the right direction. See, pile one? Yeah. Okay. And it says, on this journey, there will be many voices that call to you of the right way to go. Oh, that's crazy. This is actually something that we'll be talking about on Patreon. I'm uploading that in the next few days here. But a huge message came through about being careful of energetic fakes or energetic imitations. It's very, very strong right now, that energy. People seeming like a real soulmate or a real friend or a real twin flame or a real, you know, a real path or a real road, a real opportunity. But it's like the energy is imitating the real thing. So it's very easy right now to get caught up or lost with the imitation. But yeah, so it says here, but truly only you know your path. Sometimes it might seem as though you are lost or that you are going in circles, but trust that you are where you need to be. You will learn all that you need when you surrender to the flow and trust your intuition. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, so you guys are going in the right direction. And then underneath the deck, I just want to read this for you guys because it really seems like it goes with you for some reason, but I'm not going to keep it out. But it says, get lost. The magic of imagination is calling to you now. Create space to get lost in new and exciting worlds. Read a book, watch a movie, write a story, create a work of art. Let your imagination run wild and do what connects you to the wonderment of childhood, where anything was possible and the extraordinary lay just around the corner. Okay, let's just get the crystal cards first. So I'm going to pull 2 crystal cards for you because I'm just really I did a crystal grid the other day and it was so rejuvenating. Like I really needed it. But crystals are so wise. Crystals and herbs are wise as hell. Like they know that we need them before we do most of it. Well, at least that's how it is with me. So let's see, which one do we get for you? So we have here Sunstone, pile 1, and it says leadership, confidence, and freedom. Sunstone shines bright, igniting willpower underneath the sun's rays. A stone of leadership. Yep, Sunstone gives you the courage to step out on your own and dare to make a difference, radiating warmth and vitality, just like that Page of Wands we were talking about. Radiating warmth and vitality, Sunstone brings confidence to the beholder and is known to bring good luck. Fortuitous in nature, Sunstone brings out your natural talents, allowing you to shine like the star you are. I told you guys you're going to be radiating in the month of November. It says Sunstone helps fulfill karmic contracts, alleviating pressures around a sense of purpose or fulfillment. Abundance will flow once you nurture your gifts. And this is for Leo, Libra, and the Sun. And this is about leadership, confidence, and freedom. Let's see, let's get one more. Let's see what crystal in alignment with pile 1 for November. Crystals in alignment with pile 1 for November. This flipped over, so I'll read this one for you because it's like a pack of cards that flipped over. But this one flipped over and it is Sugilite. Sugilite? I legit thought that said Suge Knight, y'all. Like, if you know who or what I'm talking about, just ignore my ass. All right, anyways, it says Sugilite, I guess. Okay, this is the stone of originality, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Oh, that's beautiful. It says Sugilite. All right, I'm going to have to work on that word. Sugilite helps anybody who has ever felt like they did not belong feel loved and supported. Vibrating violet rays of unconditional love. Sugilite brings light workers down to earth. Yeah, ground yourself with this Auburn card right here. But it says it brings light workers down to earth, opening them up to share their gifts while staying grounded on planet Earth. For overthinkers and warriors, Sugilite alleviates issues of the mind, allowing you to focus on what's truly important, living your truth. Sugilite facilitates forgiveness for those that have hurt you, including yourself. Open your heart to what's possible by letting go of all that no longer serves you. And this is for Virgo, Sagittarius, and the planet Jupiter. Yeah, so I mentioned that earlier on in your reading that some of my pile ones may be meeting up with someone that had wronged you in the past, and you guys may have picked that other pile from that other reading about which spirits are around you. I'm not going to mention that pile again. Just check it out if you haven't seen it already. But this goes hand in hand. It totally confirms that some of you did pick that pile, or you came from that pile, and that you were intuitively drawn to pile 1 for a reason. Okay. And let's see, the affirmation that we have for you for this month is, oh, it's just a really thick card. I love the thick cards though. But anyways, this is the card, the affirmation of habit. Yes. And it says, it is often said that the secret to our success is hidden within our daily routines. So true. For all big things are really just the sum of a million little things done consistently, done diligently over time. And how beautiful it is to know that we have the power to create our reality, one short day at a time, one simple choice at a time, one sweet thought at a time. So tell me now, can you see how your habits are creating your reality today? Habits are going to be something that's really going to carry you through and help you to see a lot of success in the month of November, pile 1. This is all about you changing up your habits. If you've been doing that, we talked about this on Patreon about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, that during Libra season, we were dealing with breaking really bad old habits. And so some of my pile 1s, you may still be in the sort of thrust of that energy of trying to break really bad habits, because like I said, again, we've got the Page of Wands here. This is you guys, like, it's new energy but not that new. So this is you guys just sort of reconfiguring, like I mentioned earlier, sort of molding yourself and molding maybe a habit or a routine or a ceremony or ritual, something that works for you and it fits like a glove and it carries you to success. It carries you to this world card right over here in reverse. But yeah, pile 1, this is all that I'm saying for you guys. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off with some color oracle cards right here, just to see the energy that you are working with in November 2021 and the Scorpio season moving into Sagittarius. So yeah, we're just going to be looking at which color cards come out for you first. Then we're going to be checking out your tarot cards down here. This card on the left will be showing me the progress that you're going to be making this month. This card in the right will be showing me amazing surprises that you don't see coming. And the card all the way over here to the right, did I say right for this card? The card in the middle. Anyways, the card all the way over here to the right will be showing me the blessings that you can expect or look forward to in the month of November, whether those are monetary blessings, mental, spiritual, whatever it may be. So yeah, we're just gonna get into that. Let me mention though, pile 2, before we get to any of your cards, I'm feeling a little tightness around my throat chakra area for you, and it feels tied to the heart chakra. So I don't know which chakra is affecting which one, like if it's heart to throat. Oops. I don't know if it's like heart to throat or throat to heart for you, but it almost feels like you were left speechless about something, like can't respond to something, almost like you froze up. I feel like I'm speaking in past tense. So this may have been an experience that you had in October. Okay, yeah. Your reading may be addressing something that happened last month, possibly. So yeah, let's get it. In the meantime though, focus on blue stones and crystals. Use those to meditate on your throat chakra to help open it up, keep it open, keep it from being blocked. But it's like something is coming up or bubbling up from the heart chakra to the throat. Someone spoke out of emotion or anger possibly last month, and it may have surprised you what someone said or did, or what you said or did. So I just have to mention that for your pile 2. Anyways, the color card that we got for you though is Pink Let Love In. Oh, such a beautiful color. I'm not a big pink fan, but it is a really pretty color. Okay. And then underneath the deck here, we have white. Lighten up. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So somebody may have definitely said something. And then I just saw 2, 3, 4 on the clock here. So that may be another thing that you guys see in the month of November is like repeating, not even repeating numbers, but numbers in sequence, like 2, 3, 4 or 4, 3, 2 or 5, 6, 7 or 1, 2, 3. You know, you may see something like that. So we have here white lighten up. That's very funny because what I was talking about was that I was picking up like something may have left you speechless. So with lighten up here, yeah, this could have definitely been a difficult conversation, a hard conversation. And with pink here, I'm seeing that it's like the energy for you in November. I feel like this is the energy that something wants you. It wants you to be this frequency, or maybe you want to be this frequency in the month of November. Maybe you want to be a little more gentle. Maybe you want to allow more love in. Maybe you want to be more forgiving. Maybe you want to be more patient. Maybe you want to be more empathetic. Maybe you want to be more compassionate. You know, you may be trying to work on the more gentle, maybe even sensual aspects of yourself, where you are a little more loving, or you come across more loving. Some of you as well, it's going to be like flowers are going to be really good. Flowers and plants in your home for the month of November will be really good in terms of like lifting up your energy, lifting up your vibration, lifting up your mood. But make sure that they're like bright flowers. You know, don't go too monotone in tone or color around your home and with your plants for the month of November. If you are somebody that does spiritual baths, I love a good spiritual bath, but if you are someone that does spiritual baths, make sure that you're working, if you throw herbs and stuff into your bath, you can either stew them first on the stove and then toss them in there in like a little bag, or you can just kind of toss them into your bath if you want, but make them more so like colorful flowers, colorful herbs. Color is going to be very important for you in the month of November. So you may be, what do they call that? Seasonal. You guys may suffer from, or you may have dealt with before, seasonal depression, because there's something about you keeping it bright in your home for the month of November. So maybe around the time of November, maybe around the fall and the winter time, you kind of get a little down because it's just, and it's true, it's like the energy just feels down. I live in the northern hemisphere of the world. So yeah, around this time we're into fall and moving into winter season, and it's like it definitely, you can feel the energy is just like room, like it just shuts down. And you can feel that, and it does have a big effect on people. So what I'm saying is like keeping vibrancy in your home, keep pulsing it through there. You're gonna have to be the own sunlight and sunshine in your house. So even if it's a gloomy day outside, put some music on. Open the lights up, light some candles, put on some lights, put on a TV show or a movie that makes you laugh. It's all about you manually almost inviting that vibrancy into your home. Let love in as well is also coming through for some of my pile 2s. You may not trust somebody in the month of November, or you may be feeling like something's too good to be true. That's what I'm picking up with this let love in card as well. It's not too good to be true. That's a huge reminder for my pile 2s in the month of November. Whatever you come across that feels really good, allow yourself to receive pleasure. Allow yourself to receive good things. Allow yourself to receive compliments, okay? So this is about stepping a little more into your feminine energy, being more receptive in the month of November, whether you are a male or a female. This is about you being more receptive to that feminine energy. More so like taking in instead of always pushing out with that masculine energy. So that's what I'm really picking up here. So let's get to your tarot cards. So pile 2, let's see what progress you're going to be seeing in this month of November. And so we have here, we've got the 9 of Swords. Okay, so pile 2 with the 9 of Swords here. Wow. This is definitely you getting the help that you need, especially through venting. Yeah. Underneath the deck, white, lighten up. This is about recognizing that something is for the birds. This is about recognizing that I don't need to feel this, or I don't need to involve myself in that. I don't need to absorb this. How they feel and what they do doesn't have to be any of my business. This could be therapy, talking about something that happened, or this is you, pile 2, finally getting the opportunity to tell someone off. This could be you defending yourself and saying what needs to be said, because 9 of Swords is a card of being bothered. So bothered by an action or a truth or a conversation or information that you cannot even sleep. This tiny little part of the message is only for those of you that can resonate with the fact that it's like, I've been so irritable lately. Every little thing's getting on my nerves. The sound of like my kids in the other room gets on my nerves. The sound of my coworker talking gets on my nerves. The sound of my partner chewing. It's just like very irritable energy here. And it's because you got so much going on. You've got so much going on mentally that it's like everything else around you is kind of like almost distracting in a way. It has a little bit of a distracting sort of energy or vibe to it. And so for you guys, it's very easy to get irritated. It's very easy to get frustrated. And especially during Scorpio season. Scorpio is all about emotionally being triggered. You can be mentally overworked. If you're feeling that, it's going to be easy for you to get emotionally triggered all throughout Scorpio season. And so for those of you that have been feeling, or you've noticed yourself, or maybe someone's mentioned it to you, like you've been really irritable lately, or like you get frustrated at every little thing, or if people have been feeling like they have to walk on eggshells around you, take that in. Let love in. They're not coming at you to attack you. This is about them saying like, they may feel scared to set you off, or they may feel worried about you getting upset with them, And so this is about letting love in and realizing that like if they do say something to you where it may feel a little bit like criticism, it's not. This is just them saying like, is there anything that I can do? They might not know how to say it, right? And for you, it's important not to take that on as another problem. 9 of Swords. It's important for you not to take that criticism from this person that's like, my feelings were a little hurt, or you were a little short with me, or, I'm wondering what's going on. I'm noticing that you're really sensitive lately. Don't get offended by that. Don't take that as another sword that you need to add to this situation where you're already mentally overworked. And you don't want to absorb it in that way. Not everything needs to be a problem of yours. And so you don't have to perceive it as a problem. This is all about how you perceive it. You don't have to perceive it as a problem. You're going to have a lot of options when it comes to what people say to you this month, when it comes to how they look at you this month, when it comes to your communication styles this month. You're going to have options every single step of the way where it's like, how do I want to take this? Swords are what? They're double-edged. So this is about a choice when it comes to information or conversations or knowledge or a truth. It is up to you how you take it. Do I want to get upset about this, or do I want this to be productive? Which one do you want it to be? Do I want this to be productive? Because if you keep choosing, let's make this a productive conversation, or let's figure out why you're feeling that way, or let's figure out why I'm feeling this way, it'll stop feeling like a 9 of Swords month for you. It'll stop feeling like a 9 of Swords moment. You'll slowly remove each one of these swords. You already have too much mentally going on, pile 2. Pile 2. It's not that you're this mean person. You're just you may even be mentally under a lot of distress. And so that's why it's going to be very important for you not to really take on all these things that people are saying and take it in a way where it's like you're hurting yourself or you're cutting yourself with it. I mean, emotionally and mentally and verbally. Don't cut yourself down by what they're saying and how they're feeling. Let love in. Let their responses into your system, into your mind, and into your vibration with love. Don't let it in with hate. Don't let it in if you're feeling like you're already on the defensive. Don't let it in that way, because this is only going to keep progressing to the 10 of Swords, and we don't want that. 10 of Swords is breakdown. Okay, so whatever has been bothering you or pressing your life, consistently showing up as a problem, whatever has been wreaking mental havoc in your life will be dealt with in November. But again, it's going to be up to you. Double-edged sword. How do I want to take this? But I really see you taking charge over a situation. I see you, because this has come up in a reading about where are you progressing. This means that you're going to choose a side of the sword that is productive. That's going to get somewhere. That's going to open up more understanding. That's going to open up more truth, more intimacy. that's going to make you more soft, more gentle, more compassionate, because you were able to put your feelings on the back burner in a sense and say like, you know what? Let me just hear you out. Because if I take this on in a certain way, I'm not only going to have to feel all this heaviness and all this extra weight, but I'm also not going to be able to fully digest it because I didn't deal with it productively. I just took it as, you know, something offensive. I took it as criticism, and I'm just holding on to it instead of working through why somebody said something to you in the way that they did, you know, or why they're feeling the way that they're feeling, or why you're feeling the way you're feeling, why you said something in the way that you said. It's all about exploring that, being productive, and not just like pushing it to the side and being like, oh, they're just an asshole, or they're just being sensitive, or they're just being annoying, or I don't have time for this. This is not about pushing things to the side. You've been doing that for a while. This is why leading up to the month of November, you've been feeling maybe a little mentally overwhelmed or stressed or overworked. The word mentally overworked keeps coming through for you, or the phrase. So I really see you taking charge over a situation and getting productive, because you getting to a boiling point, so to speak, where you're like, I have something to say, or I have to do something. I've got to get this off of me. This is too much on me mentally. You saying or doing that something puts a complete end to the situation pile too. So this is relief coming in on a major situation in your life that's caused some pain, discomfort, even suffering at one point. And I feel like this has been going on for a minute. So peaceful nights and peaceful sleep is coming to you in the month of November. This won't weigh on you mentally anymore. Whether you change the situation or not is completely irrelevant. It's more so about you finding a way to remove this crisis in a productive way, and to remove this mental stress completely out of your life, to file this out of your system. So this, whatever has been weighing on you, oh my God, I'm also picking up headaches for someone here. This stressful situation has caused headaches for some of you. Migraines, high blood pressure, this is no joke. If you've been feeling like this weird headache, like and it's in a certain part of your head too. There's like a specific headache that comes through for you. And it's like it's a distinct headache, because it only ever comes up maybe like when you're feeling overworked, or when you've had a really long day at work, or when you've had a really stressful conversation. You get that very specific, distinct type of headache, or a migraine, you know, or some sort of like physical symptom, but it feels heady. So this is such a good thing that you can finally feel, sense, and experience peace in your life. After November, this stress will be no more. And it feels like a breaking point, or a moment when this stress just sort of like lifts. So I don't know if this is like an epiphany that you have, or a realization, or if someone just says something, I don't know, but something clicks, and all of a sudden that stress just like lifts for you. You escape your own perspective that had you feeling maybe inferior or small or overwhelmed by this, or just mentally overworked. And this is incredible, pile two. That's the biggest progress that you are going to be seeing this month, and that you will have this month, is the ability to sleep peacefully through the night, because you don't have all these things weighing on you anymore. Some of you wake up in the middle of the night quite a bit. It's not even maybe necessarily about getting to sleep, because Nine of Swords definitely talks about insomnia. So you could have issues falling asleep, but this is also like when you do fall asleep, you keep waking up throughout the night, maybe to like reposition because you can't get comfortable, or it's like you're waking up in the middle of the night because you have to like pee all the time, all of this. It's like inconvenient with your body, like physically, where it's like you keep waking up throughout the night. And so that's also weighing on you, where you're not getting enough sleep. And sleep is fuel to the body and to the mind, most importantly. So that's the biggest progress that you're going to see. Being able to sleep peacefully throughout the night, getting comfortable, and really getting into that deep like REM sleep. So this is you not being plagued by the stress, and something with the brain or headaches being relieved as well. And let me say, it's not because of pills. I keep hearing one of your guides say, like, clear that up. This has nothing to do with medication. They don't need to add another pill to their medication. They don't need to get a prescription. They don't need to, it's not about putting something in your system. There's some sort of maybe like natural or holistic remedy that you come into, or it's just simply an epiphany. It's just your way of like dealing with these things. Like I said, double-edged sword. It's all about how you decide to deal with this. Is it going to be productive or not? When you choose the productive route, you just knowing what you need to do and what you need to say is going to put an end to this mental stress. And this mental feeling of like being overworked, like I can't handle another thing to stress about. You're not going to be feeling that way. I'm feeling like towards the end of November is when this is really going to like completely lift. It, like you're going to start gradually feeling better throughout the month of November, but towards the end of November, it's like it's just gone. Okay, let's see what amazing surprises and exciting changes are on the way for my pile too. So let's see what we've got. Yeah, look at that. We've got the 10 of Wands in reverse. See? Okay, yeah. Confirmation. There's no more backbreaking work. It won't feel so exhausting and stressful to be here or to be alive. This was constant stress for some of you that seriously impacted your health and your energy levels. There's no more of this running on E or being stressed out by something else, but still pushing through your day and still pushing through work or still pushing through school and still pushing through all your responsibilities. This is a huge, huge weight being lifted off of your back pile too. It's like mentally you can breathe. It's like there's more room in your mind. You can breathe. Some of you, there may be something that you try, maybe like a massage. There could be something like that you try with like your hair or your head or your scalp to kind of relieve stress and pressure. This could be like going to go see a chiropractor. This could be like, what do they call that? Not aromatherapy. I don't know why I heard that, but it could be that. Acupuncture. It could be like a Reiki session. Therapy, of course. But there's also something like physically that you include to kind of help relieve stress, because there are little things that you can do with your body. 10 of Wands in reverse. Like I said, it's a big weight being lifted off your back. The amazing surprise and exciting change in store, that's exactly what that is. Just being relieved of this burden and heaviness. There was a heaviness. It almost felt like it was pulling you down or keeping you anchored in a very heavy or low vibrational place, especially mentally. It was like it kept you almost like trapped in a place where you were just irritable a lot. You're irritable all the time, or sensitive all the time, or emotional, or having these crying spells. Anxiety would sort of like peak at weird times, you know. Some of you as well, you've got high functioning anxiety disorder. So that's one of the issues. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me take that back, because I'm not a professional. I'm not going to diagnose you. But if you already have been diagnosed and this is just your confirmation coming through, some of you had that because it's like you deal with high levels of anxiety, but you're still getting work done. Like you're still getting certain things done. Like you're not freaking out in a corner or anything like that. You know, so you don't look like the typical anxious person, which can be a silent killer, because it's like people expect you to have panic attacks 24/7, and that doesn't happen for you. But mentally you feel it, but it's like you're just not, your body physically doesn't show it, I guess you could say. And so people just end up thinking like, oh, you're just being irritable today, or you're just being this today or that today. And it's like, no, you're probably dealing with a lot of anxiety, if not more than the people around you. It's just that if you do have high functioning anxiety, this is why you're still able to get work done and show up and maybe even still look put together. But it's like internally, there's a bit of chaos with this 9 of Swords and this 10 of Wands. Like I said, there was like a heaviness that was like almost pulling you down, keeping you in a low vibrational sort of place or mindset. But your energy levels are coming back and returning to you in November. I feel like a lot of you and your energy is getting returned to you after so much of a particular situation, or a lot of different situations kept pulling on your energy and attention and focus. But it's like you don't have to worry about it anymore. Another big or surprise change is not having to pay for something too. So I'm picking up like a bill getting paid off. Oh, some of you may be carrying all the weight financially, or working. Like maybe your partner isn't working. Maybe your roommate's out of a job or something. And it's like somebody's got to show up and cover their half maybe. Or maybe you're just working extra because you need to for some reason. Maybe a surprise bill that came through. It could be some sort of a surprise that came through. And it's like, well, now I got to really work extra hard to take care of this. And because these are very individual sort of personal cards, it's like you don't really have anyone else that you can call and kind of get that help or relief maybe. It's like it's like my pile 2s aren't sheltered in a sense, and it's like you're your only savior. And it's been like that for a minute. So I think that's another reason why you guys may be like irritable, because it's like, it's all on me. I have to do everything, you know? So obviously something's going to give. Maybe your manners is what's going to give. Maybe it's your emotional state that's going to give. Something's going to give, because this is too much. One of your big surprises or changes is a bill getting paid off, and it's a surprise. So this could be a bigger check or more money than you were anticipating for something. And yes, I know this is not a Pentacles card. It's a Ten of Wands in reverse. But again, Ten of Wands talks about dense, heavy weight weighing down your life force energy and your motivation, your enthusiasm, excitement, and vision for life. The cards are not as specific as Google will tell you they are. So it doesn't just have to be whatever Wands represents. This could be money, but it's the way that you interact and exchange with money. You could have an emotional connection to money, which is why a message about money could show up when all the cards are the Cups cards, you know? That's why you gotta rely more on your intuition. So what I'm picking up intuitively is I'm being led on for a lot of my pile twos, possibly having some sort of bill paid off, maybe even forgiven, something like that. In reverse, that heaviness that the Ten of Wands represents is being lifted, and a great many things can wear us down, especially when we feel defeated or overwhelmed. You felt overwhelmed, yet here you are like a fucking superhero just powering through. No more of that will be required of you, pile two. I just heard something specifically say. So if financial troubles were weighing you down, or a relationship, your physical health, your career, depression, whatever this is being lifted for you. But I specifically saw someone receiving a large amount of money, or a bigger check than they were expecting, where it was enough to cover an entire bill or payment and still enough left over to save or spend or do with as you please. But it won't just be enough money to foot the bill. There's enough here, I heard, again, for your troubles. You got talkative guides, pile two, but I really do appreciate it. But they said it's like they're paying you for your troubles. I'm not sure. Whatever this Nine of Swords is. Oh, okay. They said Spirit is paying you monetarily for your troubles and your pain or suffering that you've been through, because Spirit talks in mysterious ways. For some of you, this could be a settlement. Some of you may have gotten hurt physically at some point in the past, and you may have been waiting on a settlement. November is a month that you start to see signs of that coming through. Let's check out the blessings that are destined for you this month. And so we have here Empress in reverse. Oh, this is total monetary blessings for sure. Yeah. It's just you definitely being able to do what you want to do. No apologies. Pile two, this is a big purchase that some of you kept yourself from indulging in the past. You know, you're just trying to be responsible financially, but you have the freedom and the resources and the money to make a big purchase. So I see a computer with the Empress for some reason. Maybe some of you need a computer, or something happened to your old computer. I don't know why with her, but it feels like equipment or technology or tools that you kept from spending on in the past. Maybe it's a new phone that you need. It's like something that you kept from spending in the past because you had to be more strategic about what you spent. But in November, you won't have to be as strategic financially. Like, you'll be able to splurge a lot more, and you won't have to concern yourself with, but what if I need this money in the future? Or what if my partner needs something, or my kids, or my business, or school? It won't just weigh on you anymore. There's no concern, because you've got more than enough to cover the expense and still have some left over, because that's important for my pile twos. Like, that's very, very important for my pile twos. It's a priority of yours to be financially conscious and smart about your money. Y'all don't spend just to damn spend. Some of y'all are Virgos. I keep picking up strong, as well as Aquarius energy too. But Empress in reverse is you splurging where you used to hold back. Cancer energy is coming through as well. But Empress in reverse is you splurging where you used to hold back and be a lot more reserved. So that's, you're splurging. You're not like spending because you're having a fuck it moment. You're splurging because you can, and it's not risky or stupid for you to do it. You're not going to do something that's stupid just because you feel like doing it. That's not you, pile two. Some of you haven't bought clothes in a long time. This is you splurging a little more in November, and I'm loving it for you. I'm a Taurus, okay? So I love Empress Venus energy. It's abundant, it's opulent, it's luxurious, it's sexy, you know, and everyone deserves to feel like that. Everyone deserves to feel abundant and secure in that abundance. So this is you feeling secure enough this month to splurge. And some of you are getting to retire this month. Maybe that's why I'm picking up Virgo, 6th house energy. I'm wondering if Saturn is transiting your 6th house, or Pluto, or Uranus, or any other major transit, because some of you won't have to work after November. There's that chime coming through. Okay, so yeah, that's just confirmation for someone here. Some of you will not have to work after November. You'll be able to retire or take that time off that you've needed with this Empress in reverse. You deserve it. Empress in reverse, Empress, whether she comes out upright or in reverse, she always comes with the same damn message. I deserve this. Like, she knows that she deserves the absolute best. And that's why she gets and receives the best. And she doesn't have to do much. Oh yeah, didn't I mention in the beginning of your reading that it's more about feminine energy for you this month? Yeah, with this pink let love in. And we've got the Empress for you. Yeah, so for sure then, this is about you getting what you deserve. What you're owed. Oh yeah, I did hear Spirit say for you and paying you for your troubles. Yeah, this is what you guys are owed, period. So you may have some sort of major transit happening in your 6th house because of that. It is one of the career houses. Something is coming in to give you some sort of relief, but it's relief that you deserved. It's like a break that you deserved. Let's see. I'm going to pull some inner child cards because we are in the season of Scorpio. And if you know anything about Scorpio, it kind of governs the unconscious part of us a little bit. A lot of the water houses have to do with like those deeper levels of consciousness. Scorpio really has to do with the ugly part of our consciousness. And I'm saying ugly in the sense that like we try to reject it, but there's nothing ugly about it. It's just about how you define it. It's honestly us. And that's what Scorpio governs. It governs a part of us that is, again, it's emotionally triggered. It's the parts of us that we get emotionally triggered by. So that's why I'm looking into some inner child cards for this month and some inner child messages, because there may be some heavy energy that we're carrying from childhood or something that we bury deep. And so that's why I felt called. That's why I felt called to use these cards today. These are 2 cards. Let me see if both of these cards belong to you. Yeah, okay. So, very first card that we have for you is Become Aware. And it says here, create space today. Yeah, create space today to connect with your body. Find a comfortable place and close your eyes. Bringing your awareness to your physical form. How does it feel? What does it speak to you? Do hidden emotions reside within? After you've connected with your body, ask yourself what your body needs in this moment. Yeah, becoming more aware of your body. Really listening to it. And then we have here, let go. See? It's just like, sounds a lot like lighten up, right? And it says here, it is now time to let go of all that no longer serves you. Free the pent-up energy inside of you, like what we were talking about with the 9 of Swords, you being a bit irritable. Free the pent-up energy inside of you and imagine it leaving your body as you breathe deeply. Forgive disappointments and pains. Do not allow bitterness in. Yes, just like it says, let love in. Okay, and it says, do not allow bitterness in. Let go of control and allow for that which needs to die, so that you may blossom once more. So letting go, that is your inner child message. That's your inner child's message for the month of November. Let go, become a little bit more aware. Let's get some crystal cards, because I did a crystal grid a few days ago when I held ceremony, and it was just very, very rejuvenating. It was exactly what my entire body needed. I don't work with crystals all that often. I love them, I just don't work with them that often. And when I feel called to, they're just always life-changing for me. So I don't know why I don't work with them more often, but... So the first crystal that we have for you, being that crystals are very wise and they get drawn to us for very specific reasons. Crystals know us before we know them. Like, they know, like, you need me before we know that we need a certain crystal. So that's why I wanted to rely on their wisdom this month. And it says here, oh, beautiful. I love rainbow aura quartz. Yeah, okay. And the chime again. I swear to God, I've turned that iPad down. Like, I've turned it all the way down. I don't know how any sort of notifications are still making noises, but I just feel like that was just, I don't know. Okay, we get it. Anyways, with Rainbow Aura Quartz here, it says aura healing, magic, and universal light. It says fused with titanium, the metal of power, Rainbow Aura Quartz is amplified with enhanced healing properties. The stone is able to heal human energy fields by infusing the aura with rainbow fields of light. Rainbow Aura Quartz is a wonderful companion for astral projection and out-of-body experiences, joining you in the beyond while keeping your physical self anchored. Oh, okay, so maybe you guys will get into some sort of like hypnotherapy or something like that in the month of November. I'm seeing some really untraditional, like, or not untraditional, but unconventional ways of you guys maybe dealing with stress, but it works for you. It really does work. So that could be something that you guys try. But it says, yeah. So astral projections may be another thing that my pile twos out-of-body experiences end up having in the month of November, because there is a big difference between astral projection and out-of-body experiences. But you guys may be having that in the month of November. Lucid dreaming as well. But anyways, it says here, colors have a healing quality in Rainbow Aura Quartz and are able to match the tone to your aura's energy field to repair and release blocks. Living your life in color with this crystal is a must, and this is for all signs and the planet. Look, Mars, yeah. Okay, those damn chimes. Anyway, let's get one more crystal card for you guys. This is too many. Keep shuffling. Okay, and then we also have here agate. Agates really are beautiful. And this is the crystal stability, grounding, and truth. It says a stabilizing stone, agate is used to balance the mind, body, and spirit, creating harmony in all areas of your life, much like the patterns on the crystal itself. Grounding and supportive, agate helps to reveal inner truths. Yeah, that's Scorpio energy. And it says cleansing beneath the surface to expose your authentic self. A wonderful stone to heal resentment. Nine of Swords and let go right here, as well as lighten up again. But it says agate frees you from the self-imprisonment of inner anger, replacing it with safety and security. Agate takes its time, vibrating at a slow and steady pace, and encourages you to take as much time as you need for the matter at hand. This is ruled by Gemini and the planet Mercury. And this is a stone of stability, grounding, and truth. You can kind of take a few deep breaths and try to focus your energy if you'd like. You can either ask for confirmation or just ask a specific question, and we'll see how the guides respond, since this is a general reading, but we'll just see what affirmation comes out for you guys. Let me breathe with you guys. Okay, and so we have here the card, or the affirmation divine, and it says there is a gentle guiding force of life embedded deep within each of our souls, and we get to choose whether or not we listen to the innate gentle guidance that lives within and around each of us. There are no accidents, no coincidences, there is only choice. Again, like I was talking about with that double-edged sword, it's up to you. Do you want to be productive this month, or would you rather just take it as like criticism and just absorb it as another piece of negative information or stressful information? So it says here, there's only choice. Trust that nothing is left to chance, and rather that everything is laid out for us, perfectly plotted and planned, just waiting for us to say yes to. Of course, we get to choose to trust His guidance and to surrender to the knowing that this is all part of a beautiful divine plan, created and crafted specifically to suit the very purpose for which your soul exists. And pile number 2, this is it for you. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we are going to be starting off with some color cards right here. Just to see the overall energy for your November 2021, the energy that you're sort of like umbrellaed under. So we're going to be checking that out with these color oracle cards here. And then we're going to get to your tarot cards. So the tarot card on the left will be showing me what progress you're going to be making this month. The card in the middle will be showing me amazing changes and surprises that you don't see coming in the month of November. And the card all the way over here to the right will be showing me the blessings coming into your life in the month of November, whether they are monetary blessings or doesn't matter if they're tangible, intangible, spiritual, emotional, mental, whatever it may be. we're going to be checking that out. Okay, so let's get started, pile 3. And happy birthday to all my Scorpios out there. Happy early birthday to all my Sag people out there, Sagittarius. I wish I knew more Sagittariuses. Like, I wish I had more Sagittarius energy in my life. Because Sagittariuses, I don't know why. I feel like that sign doesn't get enough attention for being as fun as it is. But I feel like Sagittarius energy is so fun. Like, Sagittarius energy has this perfect mix between like being super fun and really, really, really fucking smart. So I wish I had more Sagittarius energy, or I wish I knew more Sagittarius energy. Let me see if both of these cards are yours. They might both be yours. Hold on. Okay, I think they are. So oh, interesting. So pile 3, what we have for you is bronze, strengthen your body. And then we have peach, inhale a breath of life. All right. So bronze here is coming through as protection. That's the first message coming through. You're going to be under a serious level of protection in the month of November. Not because there's anything like after you. That's not what I'm picking up, honestly. It just feels like you've got this like impenetrable sort of like force or like force field around you or something in the month of November. No one's really going to be able to break through it, especially if they have not been permitted so to get past that barrier or that boundary. So that's what I'm picking up with bronze, strengthen your body. It's like armor, lots of protection around you. Another thing that I'm picking up with this bronze card is you guys may be getting recognized for something or awarded for something, thanked for something, celebrated for something. Kind of almost like a trophy, like a little ceremony. It's not like super serious, but just like maybe being awarded for something or being recognized for something, noticed for something. And with peaches are, they're very sweet. They're very juicy. They're very kind of like sought after. They have this reputation around them, right? So what I'm picking up for my pile 3s is some of you guys coming off as like a peach, coming off as like maybe really attractive, maybe your energy, the way you carry yourself just being really juicy, really sweet, something that people kind of want to take a bite out of, or they want to be around, or they want to indulge in. So you may notice that people really want to indulge in you as well. I don't know why this extremely specific example came through. It's just an example. But like, I don't know why this is coming through. Let's say that you had like a one-night stand. This is like you not being able to get rid of your one-night stand because they haven't had enough of you yet. So that's the energy that's coming through for you guys. You're kind of umbrellaed under for the month of November, where it's like people can't get enough of you is what it feels like. And you're very protected. So that may be why. Okay, so it looks like there's quite a bit of masculine energy around you protecting you. So you can kind of indulge in the peachiness or the sweetness of life, because they say that it's the masculine energy that comes through and it insulates the feminine energy. So feminine energy can roam and be free to do as she pleases. This is not about gender war or anything like that, but masculine energy it acts as a barrier. So feminine energy can really release her full potential of creativity, of fertility. She can truly be herself without having to worry about, feminine energy can be itself without having to worry about being compromised or without being interfered with. So, feminine energy, it needs to be insulated so it can truly be expressed in its most optimized way, I guess you could say, or so that it can truly embrace its gifts and its blessings. And so it can experience pleasure and intimacy and sensuality and sexuality and satisfaction and pleasure and love, so it can really have fun with life. Like, for instance, I don't know why these examples are coming through for your pile. Another example here could be something like, like sexuality in a sense. I guess it could be considered more so like feminine type energy, more yin type energy maybe. But it's like, in order for a person to feel good about themselves sexually, especially a woman, we have to be, because the world judges us for being sexual creatures or for indulging in pleasure. Especially a woman has to be very, very strong and secure in who she is as a person. That solar plexus chakra game has got to be on 10 in order for a person to be comfortable with their sexuality, expressing it and wearing their heart on their sleeve. In order to wear your heart on your sleeve, you have to feel comfortable enough to do it. That's that masculine energy coming in that says, I'm going to make you comfortable enough to be able to be emotionally expressive or sexually expressive or expressive with who you are and your personality. In order for us to feel comfortable, we got to feel safe and supported and secured by something. That's masculine energy. That's that yang energy. It doesn't mean that you have to literally have a man physically like holding you and shielding you and protecting you and supporting you and acting as your armor, but it's just very simply about having certain boundaries around. So where it's like, I'm not going to get talked to a certain way, or I'm not going to engage in certain activities or do certain things that I know may trigger me or hurt me or put me in a certain mindset or mess with my confidence and my self-esteem and my sense of self. So it's about having those boundaries so we can feel comfortable enough to truly be ourselves and to truly indulge in the sweetness of life and the things in life that make us feel good and give us pleasure. So what I'm seeing is you guys being able, you're umbrellaed under this energy, almost like Empress energy. You're umbrellaed under this energy where it's like you get to indulge in really good, fun, beautiful things and blessings and fortunate things and things that make you feel good. And you don't have to be worried about losing it, or you don't have to worry about someone coming in and judging you, or you don't have to worry about someone trying to come in and take it from you, or being jealous or being envious or talking about you. You're just simply not going to care. You've got such a strong wall of this masculine energy around you. So maybe some of you guys have been working on your masculine energy. Maybe you've been working with masculine spirits, masculine deities, certain ascendant masters. Maybe you've been working on your own masculine energy, on your own solar plexus chakra, kind of getting, or those lower chakras, kind of getting to a point where you feel so secure and you just know who the fuck you are, that it doesn't bother you if people get you like messed up. It doesn't bother you if they have things to say. So there's just something here where it's like, it's not going to affect you as much. It's not going to bother you as much. Yeah. See, underneath the deck here, we have Tangerine, be spontaneous and have fun. Yeah, this is about you guys being able to be spontaneous and being able to have fun because you feel safe enough to do it. So this is you guys feeling safe in the month of November, safe enough to explore, to experiment, to try, to express, to be, to emit, to emote. This is just you guys feeling safe enough, feeling like you're in your own element. So let's check out your tarot cards here. So the card on the left is, all about what progress is being made. And let's see what we have. Oh, we've got the Magician. That's interesting. Okay. So you're making major progress on a plan or a goal in the month of November as well. More so than ever, you'll be a lot more proactive and productive in November, and you're also going to be in control. You're going to at the very least feel like you are in complete control in the month of November. So this is you chipping away at a project or a plan this month as well and making things happen. And you may feel a lot more secure because you're able to keep chipping away at something, because you're able to keep consistently showing up and doing something or dealing with something. So this is just you again making things happen. Masculine energy. Some of you are manifesting a car or a vehicle, and that will also happen in November. But anytime the Magician card comes out in these monthly readings, especially upright, which is just even more guaranteed, this always means that whatever you manifested or whatever intentions you put out into the ethers, especially for the month of November, will start to materialize. Your thoughts, what you've been daydreaming about, fantasizing about, hoping for, repeatedly thinking about, or envisioning will begin to manifest this month. So your progress this month is the development and unfolding of what's been living in your mind since Magician is ruled by Mercury. Either it's been living in your mind or you've been planning towards it. You've been planning for it. You've been wanting to do this. You've been mentally thinking or dreaming of doing this or planning to do this. So this is starting to unfold in the month of November. And now I also see someone writing. So this is also intentions that you set by writing petitions or maybe writing something down. You could have even been like journaling about like, I would love to have this. Maybe you wrote the same thing down like 5 times or 12 times, like every single day, I don't know, or something like that. There's indication here of things that you've written down happening. That verse, Habakkuk, verse 2. and something else. I'm not exactly sure. I'll write it on the screen though for you guys. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure because this verse pops up sometimes in my readings for people when spirit is personally assessing or looking at something that you've written down or has downloaded information to you that you've written down because it's coming to pass, right? So anytime spirit is personally seeing to someone's intentions, this verse comes through, I've noticed. But it goes, the verse is, write it down and make it plain on tablets that he who reads it may run, because the vision is for an appointed time, but at the end shall speak and not lie. Now, that verse was talking about a vision of the end times and not necessarily manifestation, but it's kind of like talking about the same thing in a sense where it's like, I am speaking something into existence. I am fantasizing something into existence. I am thinking something into existence. I am writing something into existence. And so this is things coming to fruition. For sure, in the month of November. The instructions are clear with that verse and very simple. And as they apply to your reading, this is about something that was written down, possibly even happening the exact way that you wrote it down or you imagine it or spoke it. So you breathed life into something, into some sort of intentions in November, or you breathed life into some sort of intentions in the past, and in November, they come to fruition. Magician here is also saying, many of my pile threes will be making or creating your own luck and fortune in November. Again, that feeling of being in control and being very comfortable with your control. So try to stay ahead of your thoughts because they are happening fast this month, and to the point where you think of someone, for example, and your phone goes off within the next couple hours as a text from them or maybe news about them. That's always a good way to, you know how we have like internet speed tests? This is like a spiritual manifestation test that you can do routinely to check and see how quickly energy is flowing around you. But take a moment, get present, take a few deep breaths, and then set the intention for something minute and small, like something that's very easy to happen or to come across. So set the intention for a certain maybe person to reach out to you, or like maybe for like a knock on your door, or to see a certain insect like a dragonfly or a certain animal, or to have a particular dream, or anything under the sun that you can think of that's quite easy to manifest or come across, right? Maybe you set intentions to find a crumbled up dollar bill, or maybe like a penny on the ground that's head side up. Make it small and detailed so you know it when you see it, and that it will register to you when you see it. So let's say that you set the intention to find a dollar bill in the ground, but in a certain condition. Depending on if and when you see that will be a good indicator as to if there's any blockages around you or how quickly energy is manifesting, moving, and materializing around you and into your reality. My mom taught me about this actually growing up. And she's someone that where she switches it up, and she won't necessarily like me mentioning this too much, but she'll actually ask for signs from the weather. And lo and behold, within about an hour, weather notification pops up. Let the weather do this for the next 2 hours or the next 2 days. But this is one way to test and see how your spiritual energy is working, moving, and flowing. If it's blocked, if it's fast, if it's slow, if it's explosive. So let's say you ask for rain as a sign, and it instantly starts raining, but then it floods later on. That is a major, major, major indicator that your energy is extremely tapped in, focused, effective, proficient, and also explosive. That is something that my pile threes should be able to test no problem this month. But that's the biggest progress for you, is manipulating a lot of situations around you to work for you. A lot of moving parts that open doors for you, but this is you moving those parts around, being very, very much in control of what's happening and having knowing what's happening. This is like the law of cause and effect for you, but you're the cause. You're acting as the cause this month, which is a very good thing, because a lot of people have assumed the position of I'm the effect, I'm not the cause. And so that can end up making us a victim to life. And what you're doing is you're taking the reins. This is very Chariot energy for you. You're taking the reins and you're deciding how things are going to go. So this is you becoming the cause and actually initiating certain effects. Okay, or certain outcomes and results. Let's check out this middle card to see amazing surprises and changes coming to you in the month of November. We've got Temperance. You guys see that? We got Temperance. Temperance is what you would call a higher octave to the Magician. As you can see, the Magician, he uses tools. He uses chalices and also swords and pentacles and wands to get his job done. You know, he uses tools to conduct his magic or energy, whereas Temperance isn't even necessarily human. So there are no tangible tools and products being used. As you can see, her tools that she's using is a chalice full of like the night or water and emotion, and another chalice that is full of fire, you know, energy, vitality, life force. So those aren't necessarily tangible tools. You can't fill up a chalice with fire and life force energy is the point here. Okay, so even though the magician is working with the chalice, he's just working with the chalice. It's not full of anything. The Temperance is working with chalices that are full of life force energy and essence. The magician uses magic. Temperance becomes magic itself. You guys are a major antenna for energy this month. One of the amazing surprises for you and major changes is your channel feeling like it's flowing easily, feeling a lot more connected and protected by spirit in the universe, as well as the biggest change coming from my pile threes is feeling powerful and in control, but extremely balanced. Like this isn't an ego trip for you. It's like you come into your own power and abilities and potential somewhere. So this is you even shocking yourself by making something happen that proves to you rather quickly and shows you how much spirit is on your side and that the universe is at your beck and call right now. Big changes is also feeling more relaxed this month. So I'm not sure if you had a busy, hectic, or like chaotic month in November or leading up to November, but it won't affect you so much. Even if you have a busy month, it won't pull at you or tire you out or stress you. You'll manage it beautifully. Yeah, bronze. You'll manage it beautifully. Like I was saying, that's that masculine energy coming through and really helping to keep you from feeling the effects of whatever may be going on around you or happening in the world, happening in the collective. So it won't affect you even if you do have a busy month. So you'll manage very beautifully. And others of you, this is just simply going to be a much more slower paced month. And it's interesting because your energy has quickened or really picked up speed, but everything else around you slows down. So for some of you, you'll spend more time in the house, and it's exactly what you've been wanting to do or asking for, is to be able to slow down a bit more, because some of you are trying to reconnect to something. With these two cards here, the Magician and Temperance, it looks like some of you have been trying to reconnect to your magic or step a little deeper into spirituality, learning about it and growing in it. Maybe law of attraction, manifestation is something that you're really involved in right now, really connected to, really taking your time to learn about and experiment with. You may have been attracted to another pile in this reading as well. I'm not going to say which one, but you will know if you were. Now, like I said, some of you want to step up your spiritual knowledge or power, like you want to explore a little more and see what you're able to do or produce. That's what the Magician is really about. It's like one of his first, it's one of the fool's first times playing around with magic just to see if he can create and conjure up what he needs at the moment. And he ends up doing it and surprising himself. This is you guys kind of getting into something out of curiosity. A little bit of Gemini energy there, getting into something out of curiosity, Gemini, Virgo energy, Mercury energy, and just trying something. Oh shit, it works. And it actually worked very fast, and it actually worked a lot more intensely than I imagined it to. And so you guys may be a little bit shocked by your own power and by your own ability to create such fast changes and such fast results in the month of November. But you guys may want to explore a little more and see what you're able to do or produce. I love this Temperance card too, because as you can see, again, like I mentioned earlier, she's holding up a cup of fire and a cup of water. Total balance is here. So something will emotionally inspire you this month to get a goal off the ground, or to get back to executing a goal that you set for yourself, or to just bring it more so into your everyday reality. So this Temperance card looks like someone's starting a business as well. It could be a business in the spiritual industry. It doesn't have to be, but it looks like it. Or maybe it surrounds health and wellness. It could be a business, a book, maybe it could be like a center that you open up, a product. There could be you getting your business license or LLC this month so you can get started growing. Some of you are starting a restaurant, or maybe like a cookbook, or like a recipe. Maybe it's a cooking channel, a cooking page, a cooking website, because Temperance is all about she's an alchemist. And what is food? It's alchemy. I don't care what nobody says. Food to me is alchemy. I mean, I am a Taurus, so to me, food is magical. Preparing your food, it's like alchemy. You're bringing all these different ingredients together to come up with this one cohesive dish that makes sense, right? And so that's exactly what temperance is. So some of you guys, you could be into cooking. Food could be something that's extremely healing for you. You guys could be maybe winning an award or getting noticed for some sort of recipe or something that you do. Maybe you guys are opening up a restaurant or trying to get into the restaurant business. Maybe it's like a food truck. I don't know, but it could have something to do very heavily with food. Because these are cups that people are going to ingest and absorb and drink and take part in and participate in. So could definitely have to do with like cooking. You guys may be getting like your business license, something like that. So you can get started, properly with your business. Major, massive seeds are being planted and even harvested with both the Magician and Temperance showing up for your reading, which is another reason why you probably want it to slow down or you need it to, so you can focus your energy on getting this formulated or getting it going, because it's like it's only your vision, it's only your it's your creativity. This is your creativity. Like if it is something like with cooking and food that you're getting into, like you're the only one that can cook this dish in that way. If it is a spiritual business, you're the only one that can deliver spiritual knowledge that way. It's something that only you can do. And that's why you're having so much control with this Magician and Temperance card in the month of November. Let's check out your blessings for the month of November. And we have here, look at that. We got the Two of Wands. Wow. These birds flying into that sunset or sunrise, standing out a lot in this card. That's interesting because, see, one wand is kind of like in the light and the other wand is kind of pointing towards that storm there. But you're using both elements. You're using light and dark. You're using water and fire. You're using order and chaos. You're using masculine and feminine. Yeah, I picked that up earlier in your reading, masculine and feminine, or that was the first thing that I picked up in your reading. Okay, so pile 3, you get to really start executing those plans that you have set in place. They finally start developing or coming together and you are actively moving towards them. You're not just dreaming anymore, pile 3. You are implementing and striking. You've got a vision and you're going for it in November. This could also be talking about you guys that maybe would have been expressed by like the 3 of Pentacles maybe, but it just feels appropriate for you. With these cards showing up, this Two of Wands does feel appropriate. This could be you guys like maybe working with someone that is very different from you, or either they're very different from you, but it's like you guys like really, you mix together well. Your alchemy together is perfect. It's the exact recipe that is needed to create the success. Create the successful outcome or get something going. You've got a vision and you're going for it in November. But let's say that this is a business that you are setting up. Yes, you're doing everything necessary in terms of business to get properly established, but you are also investing spirit, magic, and energy into this as well. It's another thing that I'm seeing. It's like you're not just being logical about this, you're also combining like logic and spirit into something. So it's like the biggest injection that you're giving to the seeds that you have already planted is this divine, magical Magician Temperance wand energy. There's spiritual power behind these goals injected into these plans. You're localizing this and really focusing on putting as much good energy into this goal as possible, but it's working, pile 2. Like this is just coming through as confirmation. Most of you haven't even done this yet, but this reading is almost like into the future, where it's like looking back on November, this is something that you're going to have done. Majority of my pile 3s is where you're just like injecting these seeds that you have planted with really like intense, good energy, juicy peach energy. And you're insulating them under this like protection. Or these seeds are just very, very protected, like these plans, in other words. What you're trying to do, these actions and steps that you're taking, all of it's protected. So you're going to be able to get very, very far. No one's going to see you coming at all. You're too protected. You're too concealed under Spirit's protection. So nothing's going to bother these seeds. they're just going to sprout and blossom as these incredible blessings in your life. And that's something that is going to be happening in November. Again, there's spiritual power behind these goals injected into these plans. So there's a union between the tangible material 3D realm and spiritual, divine, magical realm. This is a total alignment. And this is definitely the month for my pile threes to plant big seeds for 2022. Don't just look to November and December. For you guys specifically, this is a month for you to plant seeds for 2022, like all of next year, because the energy that you're working with is blessed with like this peach juicy ass energy. Like you're putting really great fertilizer into these seeds. Like I said, you're working with planting as well as harvesting energy in the month of November. So it's like what you end up planting is also what you're going to harvest. You're going to harvest a lot of it. What do you want to see as the outcome for 2022? Some of you may be a Taurus as well, or Scorpio, North Node, South Node, Sun, Moon, Rising, because there's like a setup for you to begin reaping some big benefits next year. And especially with the North Node moving into Taurus, and South Node moving into Scorpio. Taurus and Scorpio energy people are going to see really massive ass shifts in their life. People that are going to see even bigger shifts are the ones with either a Taurus, Scorpio, North Node, South Node placement. Those are going to be the people that feel it most intensely, as well as too, if Taurus or Scorpio rules your MC, oh my God. Wow. Yeah. The direction of your life is going to change drastically. Let's get to your inner child cards. I wanted to work with these for Scorpio season just because I feel like everybody's kind of working on getting to the bottom of some sort of feeling, some sort of emotion, some sort of experience possibly. This could be old experiences that are kind of trapped in our subconscious and unconscious, or, you know, trapped in the past. So I wanted to actually get a message from your inner child, because you're healed, the healed version of your inner child, the whole version of your inner child, the higher version of your inner child. So we're going to be getting a message from your inner child. Since so many of us, when Scorpio season comes around, Scorpio season's all about kind of like emotionally triggering us to deal with certain things. So I feel as though the inner child will have a beautiful message for us as far as why we're feeling what we're feeling and what's bubbling up to the surface and why. So let's see, pile 3. Let's get 2 messages for you from your inner child. You can kind of focus as I'm shuffling as well. Okay. I had to breathe for a second because no card would come out. I was like, maybe you guys don't have an inner child message. Maybe your inner child's good. So this is what flipped over. Both of these might be your cards, but let me just check and see. Hold on. Why is that popping up? Let me see if this is your card. Okay, yeah, all 3 of these are actually your card. That's funny. I couldn't get a card for a minute, and then you guys ended up with more inner child messages than any other pile today so far. Okay, so first card that we have here is pull yourself close. Our inner being longs for us to reside as one. It is now time to pull close all of those places inside of us that we wish were not there. Imagine embracing yourself in acceptance, the good parts, the bad parts, the missing places, and the broken pieces, knowing that every place inside of you is worthy of the greatest love. Yeah, so that could be another thing that you guys are also working with, is like the shadow and the higher self, or like the ego and the higher self, something like that. There's like 2 completely different elements coming together as this alchemist, and this inner child card is kind of confirming that, and you guys are going to be using that to magically transform your life. So there's huge transmutation energy here. Another thing that Scorpio represents, Phoenix rising from the ashes, you know, all that. So you guys are definitely on that energy for sure, where you're more so in the transmutational part of Scorpio's energy. You're more so in the Phoenix rising part of Scorpio's energy. There's a lot of different aspects of Scorpio energy, as well as every single zodiac sign. So we also have here, you are wanted. The fear of abandonment can be a driving force in our lives. If we felt unwanted as a child, we can continue these patterns into adulthood through compulsively seeking or rejecting the attention of others. Take time to journal about what abandonment and rejection mean to you. How can you show your inner child today that they are wanted? Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. And then we have here, go on an adventure. Today is a day to try something new, explore just for fun, do something spontaneous. Oh, practice living in the moment, do something spontaneous and be okay with not having anything or everything planned. Do not let apprehension keep you from your new adventure. That feeling will fade, but the wonder that is to be found will surely not. I feel like you guys are kind of on an adventure here with this Magician and Temperance card and the Two of Wands right there. This is what it feels like, honestly. Let's get some crystal wisdom for you guys. These crystals are very healing, and I don't work with crystals very often, but when I do, they're exactly what my soul needs. So I feel like crystals are like those silent medicators, you know. They call out to us and they reach out to us when we need them the most. First one that we got for you here is quartz. And I don't know why I'm picking up with quartz. I'm just picking up that it would be really good if you do spiritual baths or anything like that. Quartz will be really good for you to kind of soak. It would be good for you to soak in quartz energy. So maybe if you do spiritual baths, add a lot of quartz, and you can program them to whatever you want or need them to be. It could just be you guys maybe sleeping with clear quartz like under your pillow or under your bed, carrying some in your purse or in your clothes. So we have your quartz growth alignment cleanse, and it says containing all the colors of the spectrum, quartz is considered to be a high vibrational crystal with many metaphysical powers, a conduit of energy. Quartz generates electromagnetic energy and dispels electricity, absorbing, storing, releasing, and regulating positive or negative energy. Quartz is highly personal and works with your energy field one-on-one, attuning to it. Oh, it works with your energy field. Didn't I talk about when we first started your reading that I feel like you guys are like surrounded by like this force field of protection? Quartz is highly personal and works with your energy field one-on-one, attuning to it according to your needs. Yeah, quartz is easily programmable, allowing you to set your intentions so that the stone works in your favor. So set your intentions wisely, and this is for all signs as well as the sun and moon. Again, with that very oppositional, contrasting sort of energy working together, alchemizing it, bringing it together with the sun and the moon. They couldn't be more opposite. They couldn't oppose each other more. So yeah, again, that's you guys bringing together the sun and the moon, the night and the day, the light and the dark, the order and the chaos, the masculine and the feminine, the higher self and the lower self. You know, it's like you guys working with some sort of energy here. Just two very different types of energies coming together, and you guys finding beautiful ways to bring them together. It could be like 4 different elements with this Magician card here, or it could be like 2 completely different elements with this Temperance card here. But either way, it doesn't matter how different it is. You guys find a beautiful way to create like a synergy. And then we also have here Rhodonite came out. Okay, and so this is the card or the crystal of compassion, yin yang. See, this is what I was talking about your whole reading. Yeah, this is yin yang, that different energy coming together. Okay, so Rhodonite is for compassion, yin yang, and fertility. I was talking about your feminine energy being very fertile and creative right now. So yeah, it says Rhodonite is a stone of brotherly love, the shared connection between all of humanity. Equilibrium is the key for this crystal, which has the capacity to calibrate emotions, balance yin and yang, and source energy from a grounded place. And it says it can bring light to emotional scars from the past, transforming them to foster a stable everyday life. Rhodonite helps remove blame from the situation, whether it is pointed at you or someone else. Accept the situation for what it is and learn to forgive yourself with love and compassion in the process. And this is for the sign Taurus and the planet Mars. Okay, and then let's just get one affirmation card for you for the month of November. So you guys can kind of focus as I'm shuffling, do some deep breaths. See what affirmation we get for you for November. Okay, and so we have here detox. Wow. Okay, and so it says, too often we see this word and we instantly think body, diet, movement. Do we ever stop and think about how we can cleanse our minds? What mental clutter are we hanging on to? Perhaps unnecessarily. Sister, if it doesn't spark joy in your mind, in your body, or in your soul, discard it. I should also add it in there, brother, too. Sister or brother, if it doesn't spark joy in your mind, in your body, or in your soul, discard it. Just as we have the power to select the food we eat, we have the power to select our thoughts. Detoxifying our mind, body, and soul begins with one selected thought at a time. And pile 3, this is all that I'm seeing or getting for your month of November. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to just trying to lay all this all out so you guys can actually see it. Screenshot it if you need to. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. Okay, pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with these, wait, let me change my mic. Okay, there we go. So we're going to be starting off with these color oracle cards right here, just to kind of see the energy that you're under for this November month, or the Scorpio season heading into Sagittarius season. So we're just going to be checking that out, starting off with the oracle color card, and then we're going to get to your tarot cards. So the card on the left will be showing me the progress that you are making this month. Card in the middle will be showing me amazing surprises that you don't see coming that may happen in the month of November. And this card all the way over here to the right will be showing me the blessings coming to you that are destined for you this month. And it could be like monetary blessings, financial blessings, blessings in your career, spiritual blessings, mental, emotional blessings, relationship, love, romance. It could be a plethora of different things. So we're just going to be, considering all that and looking into that. So let's get started with your color card. Also, happy birthday to all my Scorpios. Happy early birthday to all my Sages. I love Scorpio energy, even though I'm a Taurus, so I oppose that energy, but I love Scorpio energy. Okay, so let's see. It always kind of makes sense why my vibe can be a little dark sometimes. So, oh yeah, and look, we have here Plum, overcome your challenges for you. Okay, so with this Plum card here, pile 4, and then underneath the deck, we've got Brown, establish boundaries. So look at how deep these cards are. It's actually something that feels a little bit nourishing. I'm not gonna lie, something here feels a little nourishing. As deep and maybe as like dark as these colors are, they feel really necessary, or like maybe you needed something like this. Hold on, let me see. Give myself a minute here. With Plum, overcoming your challenges, it's really interesting because if you look at this card, what is that? Is that like a doorway? I think that's like a doorway, right? And then you've got all this like misty smoke around or whatever. And it's like trying to make your way to that doorway. But you have to get through this fog and the smoke, and it's not very easy to see. You know, it's like your senses are kind of on overload. They're being fucked with, and something that's as easy as just making it to that door, it's like I'm picking up like these just little sort of wrenches being thrown into situations where it's like something that should be so easy that we should just be breezing through, for whatever reason, it's like there's these little wrenches getting thrown into the situation. And then so it's fitting that this card here says overcome your challenges. So for me, this actually means that you will be overcoming all of these challenges, whatever is thrown at you this month. It's like, it's not really going to matter because it's not going to change. It's not going to change the plans. It's not going to change the progress. It's not going to change what you've already made your mind up to do. But it's just a little annoying or frustrating just having to deal with these tiny things, especially once you make your mind up and you see very clearly what you want to happen. But it's just like you have to deal with all these other things first, or you've got to sort of deal with these interferences, and then you can get back to making your way to that door. So that's kind of what I'm picking up as far as like the energy over you for the month of November. It's just like, it's nothing serious. It's nothing horrible. It's nothing bad. It's just like a little annoying. It reminds me of like, you know, like fruit flies, like gnats, you know, like when you're like outside at a barbecue and you're trying to eat and it's like just little gnats. That's what it's like. It's like they're puny and they're small and they can't bite. They can't really do anything horrible, but it's like they're just enough to annoy the shit out of you. You know what I mean? And that may be the energy that you're under in the month of November, where it's like, you're not really stopping anything. You're not really going to affect me. You're not really going to throw me off. But it still doesn't mean that I want your ass here, that I want to deal with you, you know, is what I'm feeling. Some of you may have Venus in Scorpio. Scorpio may rule your 6th house, or or it could rule your 4th house. Venus could be in your 8th house. Plum as well, maybe you guys being drawn to like a little bit darker of an aesthetic in the month of November, which is kind of interesting because I was talking about that as I was shuffling, and then this card came flying out. I was talking about how my vibe has always been a little dark. Like I've always loved the color black and just kind of like darker things. It's just my vibe's always been like that. And so it's interesting that these darker colored cards came out for you. So I'm wondering if your aesthetic will probably be a little bit more darker in the month of November. You may be drawn to maybe wearing like more darker colors, or like for instance, I have a black Christmas tree in my house. I just love the color black. Like I just love darker aesthetics, not because it's like anything evil or negative. I just like, I don't know, darker aesthetics. So I feel like you guys may be sort of like into kind of like darker sort of colors, a darker sort of vibe. I can even see you guys like doing something where you put a lot of lights up in your house or something like that. You know those lights, like those, what do they call the LED lights? Maybe where it's like you have, I feel like your vibe, you're going to have a real strong vibe in the month of November, but your vibe is going to be a little darker, a little moodier, sexy. It's like that. Like I feel like some of you guys may be putting up those lights like where it's like you turn the lights off in your home and then like you turn on like the red lights or like blue lights in your house. Like there's something about the vibe where it's like you're a little moodier, but it's nourishing too for you. I think I might just head to your tarot cards because I'm trying to put my finger around it, but I feel like people are going to be able to step into your home and immediately feel the energy of like, it's like they're going to be able to feel your energy. Maybe your home is going to really reflect your mood in the month of November. But I feel like you guys are going to be on a little bit of a darker mood, darker vibe, sexy vibe kind of. And not dark as in bad or negative or like evil or anything like that, but just like a little more edgy maybe. Maybe a little more edgy. You guys might be a little more edgy in the month of November. We also have here established boundaries. And so for you, pile 4, what I want to say, for some of you guys, and only do this if it resonates with you, but maybe do like a home ritual or a home spell just for like protection. So there could be like, maybe if you have like, if you come up with some sort of concoction, you know, like put it in a spray bottle, spray it around your home, anything like that for established boundaries, because this brown card is just reminding me of your home. Something about your home, soil, home, roots, things like that, all 4th house, that I'm feeling with both your cards here. So you may want to do something like where you place protection around your home or establish some sort of like protected boundary, right? Even if you live in an apartment, you know, don't let that stop you. No matter what living situation I'm in, I've always done like my protection rituals. I just strongly believe in them. But yeah, so anything like that, home is going to be quite important for you guys in the month of November. It's going to be a very like important headquarters or like center for you. Very nourishing as well. Okay, let's get to your tarot cards. So first card that we're going to be looking at is the progress that you're going to be seeing or making in the month of November. And so we have here, oh look, we got the 4 of Swords. Okay. So with the 4 of Swords, pile 4, you may be kind of like recalculating an incident or a decision that you may have made. Three of Swords comes before the 4 of Swords, obviously. And the 3 of Swords suffers a mental or verbal injury after making a choice in the 2 of Swords. So I'm saying mental repairs almost, just trying to like rebuild yourself mentally. This is you talking yourself through something like, I am strong, I can get through this, I will succeed, I am great. There's something about like almost like repetitive, maybe mantras or affirmations, something like that. This is a lot of almost like hyping yourself up too, because you're trying to mentally assess a new wavelength, a new way of thinking. November will have you guys practicing a total new way of talking to and seeing yourself. You'll be a lot more fair and honest with yourself in November as well. If you're mad, you're going to accept it. If you're sad, you'll accept it. If you're happy, like this is you not trying to convince yourself maybe like to feel differently anymore. Sorry you guys, my phone went off. I think the last thing that I said is like you guys trying to mentally tap into like a new wavelength. This is you guys mentally locking in for sure. Deadass. You are locking in on something. So I think the last thing that I was saying was like you guys trying to access a new wavelength. I'm so sorry my phone went off. Literally hate when that happens because it throws me off entirely, and it's like It's already difficult enough when you're trying to channel messages, plus also make sure that your audio equipment is not crapping out, make sure that your computer is still on and the camera's still recording and everything's in frame. Like, it looks probably very simple from what you're saying, but there's an entire zoo of chaos happening around me with every reading. So any little thing just throws me all the way off. Anyways, let me see. I think I was saying, like, you're trying to get, like, tap into, like, a new wavelength. You guys are definitely, like, you're mentally locking in on something and you're not deviating from it. You're not going to try to convince yourself to feel differently anymore in the month of November. Yeah, that's what I was picking up. That's the biggest progress coming to you in November, pile 4. This is also you finishing projects or assignments on time in the month of November. Like, you're going to be very proficient, very on time in the month of November. So if you guys struggle with being on time, running late, things like that, that's not happening in November. You're going to be very, like, on it, very proficient. You're also not going to suffer with or from procrastination anymore, but this is you guys getting mentally organized for sure, which will feel like major progress for majority of you, because it's like you have more mental clarity about what you are supposed to do or what you have to do or what you need to do every day. You are mentally engineering a whole new framework to follow and practice. School keeps coming through for some of you guys, so again, this is getting everything done on time because you organize your to-do list. And if there is something that you're kind of like running close to a deadline, Four of Swords is also saying talk to your boss or talk to your teacher, talk to your professor, talk to whoever is in charge, because they're going to be able to pick up that, like, they're going to be able to sense truth in you. Like, they're going to know, like, you're not just yanking their chain. You're not just trying to get extra time just because, you know, like, you're not slacking. They're going to be able to literally smell that on you. Like, you're putting in all the effort that you can. You're not slacking, and they're going to work with you. They're going to work with you for sure is what I'm saying here. If there's any sort of, like, anybody that you have to talk to that's in charge of something or running something, and you kind of need a little bit of grace from them, they're definitely going to grant you that. More than likely, I'm not really seeing you guys even having to get to that point, but there's a level of respect that we're dealing with when we deal with any of the fours in tarot, because they're all ruled by the Emperor. The Emperor is the card of respect. He's superior authority. So, or he's like this superior authoritative figure. So you're going to come across with that sense of respect where people, they respect you, they respect what you're saying to them, they trust you, they believe you, they believe in you. And so it's like people want to also see you succeed as well. So anything that you need help with, people will not mind helping you in the month of November, because it's like they see the truth, and they see that you're locked in. They see that you're trying to do the very best for yourself, and they want to be a part of helping that. Yeah, this is totally you guys like organizing some sort of to-do list, coming together with a to-do list, or bringing a to-do list together. This is you getting serious about an everyday system that will keep you on track and that is easy for you to follow. So some of you will spend a lot of November looking around for like the perfect alarm to help you wake up in the morning, or like nighttime vitamins to help you get to bed at a reasonable hour at night. A lot of you guys will be looking into different recipes that you can cook that will help provide you with different nutrients and like vitamins to your system. Like, all of November is going to be you guys restructuring your foundation. So you are a lot more organized, a lot more put together, and you're not kind of like dispersed, divided, and all over the place. This is really you sort of getting back to that center. Getting back to that center, plum, brown right here. This is you getting back to that center. Getting to a place where you have a good foundation, you've got a good structure, you've got a good skeleton in place that is going to help hold everything else up. That's going to help you manage everything is the word. So yeah, like I said, some of you guys are going to be shopping for alarm clocks and weird shit like that because you're trying to get your foundation together, you know? Some of you guys will also be pulling out old planner or investing in a new one to help you schedule things, you know? So this is about getting down to the basics. When we're dealing with all the fours, is about getting down to the basics and looking at things and organizing them in a way where it's a lot more easier for you to metabolize everything that you have going on and everything that you have to do. So your whole aura is going to change and seem so much more calm and still. It's almost like it's at rest. Like the man in this card here, like in the Four of Swords. Yeah, the reason energetically that you'll be giving off this vibe of like calmness, almost like your energy is sleeping, is because you won't be feeling like you're playing catch up with your to-do list anymore. And that's just a big deal to many of you this month. If that sounds like something that's like a really, really basic thing for you, you have picked the wrong pile. For those of you intuitively drawn to this pile, this is already something that you have been working through for months, is trying to get your schedule together, trying to get your life more organized, because you're sick of showing up late to places. You're sick of like, oh my God, the deadline is tomorrow or 2 days from now, and I also have to do this and I also have to do that. You're sick of like, that's too much. You're ready to be more at peace in your life and mentally, and when it comes to your organizational structure. So yeah, your whole aura is going to change. It's going to seem a lot more calm. And that's just a big deal to my pile fours. Like, it means a lot to you. It's higher on your priority list if it's not the first priority. And that to-do list, it becomes easier and easier to execute with every passing day because of this level of organization that you're going to be having or exuding. Another thing coming through as progress is even lessening the money that you're spending on random unnecessary things. So this is the energy of putting everything on the table so you can organize and put it into its proper place. That could even be like a conversation that you have with someone about you guys' relationship, or maybe things that need to change, or where you guys hope to see your relationship going. This is like everybody putting all their things on the table, all their issues, all their problems. Like, let's put everything out here, make it visible, no matter how messy it looks, no matter how intimidating it looks, no matter how challenging it looks. It does not matter. Let's put it all on the table so we can start to deal with it. So that's just you getting everything organized. Okay, what do I need to do? Let me make a list so I can start doing it. It's not that you can't get it done. It's the fact that very simply, and this seriously impacts a lot of people and they don't realize it, but it's just very simply, it wasn't that you couldn't get it done, that you were incapable. It was the fact that it may have been overwhelming to you, that to-do list, because you were just sort of running off of like, okay, mentally, what do I need to do today? Instead of like making it visible. My pile fours, you guys may be like visual learners, where it's like something needs to be set out in front of you. I need to write it out. I need to write these things down. Like, I'm old school. I like a pen to paper and write all my things out because it just kind of helps a little bit. That's what I'm seeing with you guys. So you guys may even sit down and decide to do that with your bills and your finances this month. Just kind of sit down, writing everything out. How much is in my account? How much does this cost? How much does that cost? How much will I have left over? Like, this is you getting super duper organized, really arranging your life, arranging your finances, your work, your time even too. Time is the biggest thing that's coming through for me, for you guys, because it's like you just didn't have maybe the time, and that's why you were feeling like you were sort of playing catch up a little bit. So with finances as well, you could be doing that. You may try to lessen what you're spending when it comes to random unnecessary things. And this is just you guys sort of like cataloging things, honestly, and almost like classifying them in a way so you know how to deal with them. It's the same exact thing where, you know how like after you're done like washing your clothes and you pull them out the dryer, it's like it's a lot easier to put all the shirts over here and all the pants over there and all the, whatever over here. And then you start to like fold them up, because then it's like when you have it sort of like divided up like that, you know that this belongs over here in that drawer, this belongs over here in that closet. It's a lot easier. You'll have more time on your hands. You guys are going to also notice in the month of November that you have a shit ton of more time on your hands because you are a lot more organized. And so this is where you guys have been trying to get to for a long time. I want to say like maybe a few months. You guys have been really struggling to get here. You're going to be getting there. So you guys may start to look into what small bills that you've forgotten about and canceling like certain memberships. Like maybe if you're like not using it, if it hasn't been productive for you, or if you're not like regularly using something. So this is addressing, for example, like that old gym membership that you've been paying for, but you haven't gone to in over a month or 2 months or 3 months. There's like no more wishful thinking or being like, oh, I'll get to it later. You're not putting things really kind of off to the side anymore. So it's a very confrontational type energy here where it's like, do I need it? Am I actually going to use it if I haven't already? Or if I have stopped using it, am I actually going to be used? It's like very logical, very methodical, very like let's be realistic. So there's a lot more logistics coming into your life in the month of November. You guys laying out all the numbers, laying out everything. You're going to be turning everything into like a number damn near in the month of November. So yeah, you're just going to be cleaning your life up, your finances up. Some of you as well will be engaging in like a deep seasonal clean, or like moving your home around to align with this more organized routine or schedule and lifestyle. And it's really important in my pile 4s to get more organized. I feel like you guys know you're more capable of what you've been doing or what you've been giving, and you know you can apply yourself harder somewhere, and you are being honest about that to the point where you start to make these changes so you can become the person that you want to be and that you know you can be. Many of you want to feel more organized, more business oriented, more executive, more mature, more put together, more in control. It's like you want to feel and look that way, and that's the biggest change coming to you this month, is starting to evolve into the character that you want to be seen as, almost like that alter ego. So some of you are experiencing, so you're just kind of cleaning up messes in your life in a sense. So some of you are experiencing as well as Saturn return, or this month you may have like a Venus return almost, or Venus may be transiting your first house, your 10th house, your 5th house. Saturn could also be transiting those houses for you as well, first, 10th, or the 5th house, as well as the 6th house. So let's look into what amazing changes and surprises are on the way that you don't see coming. And we have here, ooh, Death in reverse. Love the Death card. But the Death card is my literal favorite card in tarot, just because of what it represents. And even like the imagery, the symbolism, all of it to me is just very beautiful. Now this is different from the traditional, conventional Rider-Waite Coleman Smith version of the Death card, but it still remains. Let me hold this up to you guys, because I feel like I can talk to my pile 4s like this, and you're not going to get weirded out by maybe like the darker aesthetics. I don't know. Call me crazy, but maybe we're like kindred spirits. But as you can see here with this Death card, I don't know why I feel like I just need to hold this up for you guys to really see it and take it in. But this is total change from who or what you used to be in the past. What you don't see, I can tell you right now, pile 4, is how far you've come. Many of you don't give yourself credit, which is totally normal during a Saturn return. It can be easy to see more of our flaws and defects than our strengths and abilities and skills and potential. So this is about recognizing that, yes, there may be some habits that you're working on to break and release, but you have also these amazing qualities, almost like redeeming qualities that should also be recognized. Like it's like you're just looking at, like, this is about recognizing that yes, there's some habits that have to go, right? So Death in reverse is saying the biggest surprise for you this month is the fact that you've already undergone a lot of transformation, but you're ignoring it because all of you hasn't been transformed yet with this Death card in reverse. It's like, for example, someone that starts like a healthy journey or a health journey, and their goal is to lose 20 pounds. So it doesn't matter if they lose 2 pounds, 10 pounds, or even 19 and a half pounds. If it's not that 20-pound goal that they set for themselves, then the rest of it didn't happen. Or the distance that you have traveled doesn't even count yet, because you're waiting to see that 20-pound mark, on the scale. So it's like you're one of those people, according to the cards here that I'm picking up, that's like, no, I don't want a damn progress report. I want the finished product, Like, don't call me when you're halfway there, or I'm not going to celebrate getting some of it done. I'm not letting up until all of what I want is in my hands, or until this entire process is done. Period. Like, it's like you don't recognize partial progress. So the biggest surprise for you is finally looking back and finally being able to visually see progress. Maybe it's an old photo that someone tags you in, or an old pair of jeans, or an outfit. Maybe something happens that normally would affect you or throw you off or trigger you, but instead it doesn't. Maybe it's hitting a goal that you set and realizing it isn't enough for you, or you want more, but something makes you realize, like, damn, I've actually accomplished something or have come really far. And you start to acknowledge that, because once you see it, you can't unsee it, right? So another big surprise coming through is a job getting done way ahead of schedule. So whatever this may be, for example, it could be like maybe like renovations that you get done on your house, and they say like, oh, it's going to take 10 weeks, but they finish it in 5. Maybe it's a car you ordered, I don't know. And they say it'll get delivered in a month. And it gets delivered in 10 days. With this death card in reverse, this is talking about a process being cut in half, like it taking half the time to complete. So some of you have also taken a break from someone so they can hopefully maybe think about things and maybe come to their senses, maybe grow up a little bit. And it happens in less time than you're anticipating. They realize quickly where they screwed up or that they want back in your life. So this is just that like transformational energy. Oh yeah, this was in reverse. This is just like that transformational process not taking as long as it was projected to take. It could even be car repairs, you know, something happening at work. This feels like something getting hemmed up even too, and you having to wait for other people or having to wait for matters to work themselves out before being able to proceed with something. And with this being on your surprise position, this could be, yeah, you guys, this could definitely be like a little bit of hiccups, especially with overcoming your challenges right here and this brown card over here. Yeah, this could definitely be a couple of minor hiccups caught. Yeah, I was talking about that in your reading. How there's like these tiny little wrenches getting thrown into the situation. It's not hurting you. Yeah, it's like a gnat at a barbecue. Okay, right. It was your reading. So basically, yeah, this could be some minor hiccups causing you to have to like stop and wait or depend on someone else's schedule, but it won't be for long. The time will be cut in half. And I'm sorry, I know these are random messages coming through, but that's what happens in these general readings. There's so many people watching, right? And so it's like everyone's guide wants to get in really valuable information, you know, they want to talk to you. So, okay, so let's just check out your blessings. Let's see what's going on. And we've got the Four of Wands, beautiful. So there's more four energy here, just like you have the Four of Swords over here, and both of these fours are upright. So even though you're going through a great transformation, and it's almost one of those transformations that kind of break things down from the outside, and that's what all those little hiccups and wrenches getting thrown into the situations are. That's what all those little gnats are flying around you. These are things kind of getting broken down from the outside and working their way in, if that makes sense. So this is like more so like deconstructing. This is almost like devolving in a way, and you're doing that so you can almost like star card all of this energy and not even necessarily like alchemize it, but it's like you're rebuilding, because there's something that you need to undo, something maybe that you built before that you kind of need to undo, so you can rebuild something more fortified or more healthy, more strong. That's going to serve as like a stronger, tougher foundation. Like I said, both your four cards are upright. So this is Emperor energy and Cardinal energy coming through. Every four in tarot is ruled by one of the cardinal signs. Well, every four in the minor arcana of tarot is ruled by one of the cardinal signs. So that would be either Libra, Aries, Cancer, or Capricorn. And every four is ruled by the Emperor card. So the card of structure, framework, and foundation is the Emperor card. Okay. And this is blessing energy coming through, is feeling supported. That's what's coming through. Your blessed energy feels supported, it feels heard, it feels understood, and on the same page. Not even just personally, but also like let's go back to that example of getting renovations done in your home, and they're like, oh my God, like we ordered that certain part, but they sent us the wrong one, and now we have to wait for the right one, you know? I don't know, but just an example, but you may get a little frustrated because you don't want these delays, you know? But the good thing is the people that you are working with are just as frustrated, if not more than you. Everyone here is on the same page. They want things done as soon as possible. They want things done in the right way, just like you do. So this is feeling supported in your goals and in your vision as well. Big blessing coming through as well, as if you have to work with someone at work or in school. You guys are going to make magic together. Incredible minds coming together and thinking alike to get something done. So this is having very similar visions or goals, not being at odds with other people when it comes to having to work with other people. So like whoever you have to work with in November will be on the exact same page with you, or they'll be damn near close. They're not going to be more than a couple pages away from you, okay? So they want the same thing for you or for themselves. So this is something that really seriously works. It could be your partner or your family that you have to work with. And again, it's going to be so seamless. Another blessing here for some some of my pile fours is you hosting in your home this month. And I know here in America, people celebrate Thanksgiving. This looks like maybe you hosting everyone at your house this year for it, or for the holidays, and it being like a really good, beautiful time. And as you can see, this family on this Four of Wands right here is so thankful to be together. Like, and they really get each other. There's something special here that they can't replicate or duplicate or find anywhere else. So this could be your childhood friends or family that you haven't seen in a long time, all coming together under the same roof. This could be a friendsgiving that you throw together. Which is like a Thanksgiving, but it's just, instead of it being held with like your family and your blood, it's like, and relatives, it's held with like friends, because Thanksgiving is supposed to be all about family. But friends are family, or they can be seen as family. It's the family that you choose, So it could be representing that as well. The vibe is just so comforting and comfortable. This is even a new place for some of you in November. This feels like new construction though. So maybe the building is new or the home is new. Something about it feels new, but you can really build a space or a home or a life for yourself there. So for a couple of you, for just a few of you, you will be moving a few days either before Thanksgiving, which is on the 25th of November, or a few days after, moving into December a little bit, kind of unexpectedly, possibly for some of you, but it's like finding a diamond in the rough. You probably thought you disliked the place or maybe the area, but you fall in love with it, and the process moves very, very quickly, with this being represented by the wands and the swords right here. This process moves quite quickly, so for a small amount of you here, this is a select few of you will be moving into a new space around that time. Another thing is some of you transitioning from renting to owning will be happening in November, or you could be in the process of building a new home or designing it. You could be in the process as well, with both fours showing up here, of turning something into ownership or owning something yourself, because the Emperor also represents, again, he's authoritative figure, so he also represents ownership. He owns things, he possesses things. So this could also be something where it's like you guys are moving more into a space where you're starting to own something. Maybe you like pay something off and now it's technically under your name, something like that. Or you gain the rights to something, or you gain the governance to something. This could as well, with both of these fours here, totally be, this is like big promotional energy. So you guys could even be getting promoted at your work. Big promotional energy here, like just moving up in the ranks, moving up in position, moving up in the system for sure. Or you could be, this could be talking about, again, going back to that ownership message, this could be talking about you guys maybe getting out of working for someone and moving into a space where like you work for yourself, something along those lines. Could be in the process of like building a new home, maybe designing it, because construction just keeps coming up in your pile. But maybe you guys are constructing like a business or something, I'm not sure. But a blessing is being able to finalize some plans, especially with this Four of Swords over here as well, and making it a reality for you and even your family, your loved ones. This could also be you decorating your home for the holidays. It feels very homey, but for this to be in the blessed position for you, this Four of Wands over here, of your reading, this makes me wonder if there was maybe a situation where you or your family, for example, maybe you weren't expecting maybe you weren't expecting your grandparents to come and visit because they've been sick, or they don't travel as much anymore, or maybe like a certain body part of them was like affecting them and making them in pain. But it's like, to everyone's pleasant surprise, they're able to make it for the holidays, because it feels kind of simple, like decorating a Christmas tree. This Four of Wands says it feels simple, it feels homey, it feels traditional. So it could be something as simple as like decorating your home or a Christmas tree, and maybe that's something that you do every year and it's not that big of a deal normally, but because someone almost could not make it this year, you really see something as simple as hanging ornaments with them as like a miracle or a blessing. So it's kind of something that's like traditional that feels really special for you in the month of November, and it really turns into a blessing as well. Okay, so let's get some inner child cards for you guys, because I wanted to look into the inner child since we are in Scorpio season, and Scorpio season can just bring up a lot of things to the surface from the past, from the childhood, from the unconscious, from the shadow. And so we're going to be receiving a message from your inner child for the Scorpio season. Anything that your inner child wants you to know, hear, see, connect to. So let's see. Okay, we got one. And this card here says, write a letter. Okay, and it says, writing down our thoughts and emotions can help us become more aware of them, as many things reside in it. You guys, wasn't I talking about this? Didn't I talk about this? I said this is about you guys writing down things and getting organized. And it's going to help. It's going to help you feel a little more in control. And it says here, write a letter. Writing down our thoughts and emotions can help us to become more aware of them, as many things reside within us that we might not know until we've given them space to come forth. Yeah. It says now is the time to write a letter either to your inner child or as your inner child. Have patience with this process, giving yourself plenty of time in which to do it. So this is also something that your inner child wants you to do. So this isn't just about writing down maybe like this isn't just about like just writing down like your schedule and stuff, but this could even like be writing like letters to yourself to help maybe heal something from the past or accept or understand something from the past. Oops, sorry, I probably banged the desk. Always forget that it's loud for you guys. And then we also have here get lost, and it says the magic of imagination is calling to you now. Create a space to get lost in exciting worlds. Read a book, watch a movie, write a story, create a work of art. Let your imagination run wild and do what connects you to the wonderment of childhood, where anything was possible and the extraordinary lay just around the corner. Yeah, so this is also about feeling like certain plans are possible. And again, that was what I kept picking up for you and throughout your reading was like, you're locking in this month and you're making things a reality. You're making things that you used to dream of or like hope and wish and, you know, pray for it. You're making that a reality. Or the things that used to make you feel bad, like again, like, you know, maybe running late, you're completely taking the reins. This is Chariot energy. You're taking the reins and you're going, I'm getting control under this, you know? And then underneath the deck, I don't know why I feel like I need to read it, but it says it's okay to be misunderstood. It says we all experience life through our personal lens of fears, desires, and pains, which can lead to miscommunication and misunderstandings. If you are currently in this situation, remember that being misunderstood is not a reflection of your worth, but a result of being human. You are complete regardless of how others perceive you. Beautiful. I like that. Kind of want to keep that out for you. And then let's see. Let's get a couple of crystal cards here because I want to get some wisdom from crystals. They are just very healing, very wise, and they know they're drawn to us before sometimes we're drawn to them because they know what we need when it comes to crystals. So we have here for you Morganite. I don't know why I just saw Morgan come through too. Maybe it's because of the name Morganite. But the moment I saw Morganite, I also heard or saw Morgan for you, which is like a goddess. I'm looking at her. I think she's a goddess of like death and magic, something like that. She has a little bit of a darker aura, a little bit of a darker vibe. She's not evil. She just has a little bit of a darker aura and a darker vibe. You know, and it's a huge misconception to think that only the light is divine. No, God made everything and everything is divine. So it's just about how you perceive it. Here it says Morganite acceptance, compassion, and release. And it says the ultimate love attractor, Morganite opens channels for positivity, affection, and devotion to flow effortlessly through your energetic fields. Morganite is able to uncover deep emotional pain, bringing awareness to unexpressed feelings residing inside your body so that you can release them. Know that these feelings can change and are not a part of your identity. Clearing away thoughts of martyrdom or victimhood, Morganite expands your ability to love and receive love, advancing your soul to the core of its inner truth, which is represented here by Libra and Venus. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier where I was mentioning for you guys that this is about you guys just taking life into your own hands and being like, yeah, I'm always late, but I'm sick of being late. I'm taking that into my own hands. Like I was talking about earlier, you guys know that you can do more than what you've been doing, or you know you can apply yourself harder. You know you can produce more than what you have been. And this is you guys meeting that potential. And that's what I'm hearing right here with this card as well. This is all about you meeting your potential. So like it says, clearing away thoughts of martyrdom or victimhood, like, man, I'm always late, or I try so hard, but I can't get it together. No, you guys are not in that mentality at all. You guys are not victims at all. You guys don't look at it that way. You guys have too many 4 cards here, Emperor cards here, where you guys are like, I'm taking responsibility for this. Like, no, I'm not late because I'm just somebody that's late. I'm late because I'm fucking up somewhere and I need to wake up early. It's just very logical, very masculine energy for you guys, where it's like, just do better. Just simply do better. It's not that deep. Let's just do better, you know? Let's see. Let's get another card for you guys. Another crystal card. Yeah, you guys don't really sit around and kind of like down yourself or blame yourself. You're just more so like, let me lock in. Let me lock in and do what the hell I need to do. Because I don't like feeling this way. And I know I can do better. Okay, let me see. So fluorite came through. Let me make sure fluorite's your card. Yep, yes it is. Okay. So, I just had to make sure. So fluorite is the... Fluorite, it says organization, clear, priorities. It's talking about structure. Like I was talking about your entire reading for November. It says structure can provide freedom, and fluorite helps organize your life from top to bottom. Okay, it's just confirmation then. It says heightening focus and releasing unnecessary stress. Fluorite assists with bringing clarity into your life, lifting your mental capabilities for crystal clear intuition and empowered decision making. By taking your discernment up a notch, fluorite protects against bad influences and psychic manipulation. Right, exactly. Like what I was just talking about. Like you guys are like, let me just lock in. It's not that deep. No, it's not that I'm late just because I'm a late ass person. Nope, I just need to do what I need to do. So yeah, this is you guys being protected against psychic manipulation. Anything that tries to talk doubt into your mind to tell you like you can't change, you're always going to be late, you're always going to be this, you're always going to be that. You're like, no, I know for a fact that I can do better. My will is stronger than the mistakes that maybe I keep making or I keep indulging in. And I see that for you guys. And it says here, fluorite both grounds and lifts your energy, connecting your body to the earth and to higher spiritual awareness at the same time. Prioritize balance. And this is the card of Capricorn, Pisces, and ruled by the planet Mercury. Wow. Okay, that is crazy that card came out for you. Okay, let's just get a final card here. This is an affirmation card. This is an affirmation to help carry you through November. I don't know if this is your card. Let me keep it out for a second. Hold on. Okay, yeah, you guys just have two cards. All right, so we have here, the first one is prayer, and then the other one is practice. Okay, so I'll read the practice one first. It says, sitting in stillness, letting all thoughts subside, exactly like your Four of Swords down here, like what I was saying. It says, sitting in stillness, letting all thoughts subside, allowing the creativity to flow through your veins. How juicy, how right to sit in this place of being. It says, in this place of practice, but tell me, is your practice becoming a chore? Is it starting to feel heavy? Another thing to check off the list. Does it seem impossible to sneak even just 20 minutes of practice into each day? When your practice feels cumbersome, simply remember your practice knows not a container. In fact, the essence of your practice is delicately yet deeply interwoven into the very fabric of your life. So this is about finding that perfect routine that works for you and only you, and not worrying about how well it fits in. This is just about you. Does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel happy? That schedule or routine, that regimen that you have dedicated yourself to. And then we have here prayer. In times of need, in times of hurt, in times of anger, it is easy to turn outward and focus on what we do not have or what we want most. But remember, gentle soul, you are always allowed to ask for guidance, to ask for help, to ask how, to ask why. Do not forget that you are never alone. The divine is always with you. To seek it, my love, all you need to do is turn inward and pile forward. This is all that I'm seeing for you in the month of November. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys.